Hello, everybody. We should be functioning now. We should be live now. We should be active. Just sat down. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Awesome. All right. We're ready. The stream will be ready in 94 minutes. So we've got an hour and a half, guys, to hang out. An hour and a half. And, man, that's a little disappointing. But, okay. All right. 41 viewers. Sweet. Awesome. All right. Let's hope that number goes up. My goal was to try to beat my record and get up to 600 viewers this stream. But if this is any indication, might not happen. Might not happen. I mean, thank you, Mal. Thank you for the congratulations. I'm glad to finally be at 36,000. I'm glad to finally be there. I'm hoping to get to 40,000 before the end of the year. But that is my goal. Glad to have so many of you here. Hello, Mr. Zhang. Glad to have you. You see 42? It just went to 44 here, but yeah, like that's low. It's low. I'm a little disappointed. I was told by someone on a DM a couple days ago that I needed to consider doing other things with my channel because I'm just not getting the viewership that I need. I didn't believe him. I was kind of like, nah, I don't know. I'm doing okay, but I don't know. Maybe he was onto something. It is early here in Florida. I live in South Carolina. We're in the same time zone, dude. It's 10:17. You can't pull that one on me. You cannot pull that one on me. It is 10:17 here. It is not that early. We are nearing noon. Okay, don't even. Don't even. Raven, I have a question. How many years or seasons will we have until they quit on For Honor? I have no idea. Like, I really don't know. I assume we'll have another 3 or 4 years, but I don't know. Raven, how are they doing? How are you doing this fine day? Which, unfortunately, rumors of the new Samurai Hero was like, who leaked the Samurai Hero? That's not cool. Who leaked that? Hey, Raven, if Varangian Guard can have 2 heroes, any other warriors you could see work, I would suggest a new Lange Connect. No, here's the thing. I don't see Griffin as another Varangian. I see him as related to the Varangian, but he's a mercenary. Raven Knight, what can you glean from the artwork? I know it's a burning forest or village, but what do you see? Literally nothing. It's just a horizon shot with a lot of ash and smoke, and I have no idea. I have no idea what I can glean from that. Perhaps you should review games that are narrative focused and give your opinion. Nah, see, that's what Lark does. Lark does that with his Lark's Lamentations, and I can do that with him, but that's kind of his thing. They posted a small teaser in Twitter. Well, shame on them. Shame on them all for doing that. Y'all, don't spoil anything. I don't like spoilers. I do not like... Like, for example, I knew about the Varangian Guard hero almost a month before they were revealed, but I did not want to spoil anything. I didn't want to reveal anything because, for one thing, that would be mean to Ubisoft, who let me know early. And two, I wanted to... I didn't want to spoil it for anyone else. I like building up. Am I excited for Year 8? Totally. I am 100% excited. I made a whole video about how excited I was. You doing okay this morning, Raymond? I'm fine. I'm a little disappointed. My goal today for this stream was to reach 600 viewers. And I don't think we'll get there. I don't think we'll reach 600. We'll try, but I don't think we'll reach it. All right, let's see. Oh, hey, Hannah. Hey, Hannah. Raven, out of curiosity, which is the second thing you hate the most other than the Isu? From Assassin's Creed? I hate the Isu most of all in Assassin's Creed. Let's see. Maybe you could spin off heroes in history with characters from other games. I could. I mean, here's the thing. It's kind of like what Havoc has said in his videos, you know. Many people have told him to try branching out into other games, but the problem is so many of my viewers come to me For Honor, you know. It's very hard to build up a community with a totally new game right off the bat. Like, I make content for Dead by Daylight, too. I don't get nearly as many views. I don't get nearly as many for Dead by Daylight. But I always get a lot. Like, if I were to do a stream of Dead by Daylight tonight, I don't think I'd pass 30 viewers. I don't think I'd get past 30. But on a For Honor stream, I usually hit 45 to 50 viewers, you know? So there's a clear difference. So I can't just branch off into other games that easily. Full screen when the stream starts? Yes, I'll switch to full screen. I'll switch to full screen when the stream starts. To be fair, most people tend to show up during hero reveals, but at the same time, we're at 65 right now, so it's climbing. Give it some time. We'll see. We'll see. But I also know that I'm competing, because I think that other folks are going to be streaming the live stream. So there's that, too. Been loving DBD lately. Thoughts on the Skull Merchant? I like her. She's fun. Definitely fun after her rework. Raven, are you going to do videos on the Elden Ring DLC this June? No, I'm not. I'm not a big Elden Ring player. I was never very good at the game. Like, true story, I was playing Elden Ring, and I was liking it at first. There were things about it I really liked, like the art and direction and gameplay were really fun, and I love the open world element to it, but I came to this one boss. I can't remember who it was, don't ask. And I was struggling so hard against this boss. I was having so much trouble. I was getting really frustrated. So I told my buddy, who also played Elden Ring, and I said, yeah, I just can't get past this one guy. And they looked at me dead in the eye and said, wait, you can't get past him? Really? And that's when I realized, oh, I suck at these games. So I kind of put it up and didn't pick it up again. So I kind of want to pick it up again, but I know that I'll just get destroyed all over again. Raven, what mic do you use? I use a Snowball. A blue Snowball. I'll send you a picture sometime, Hannah. Hey Raven, hope you're having a good morning. Also hoping for a Centurion hero skin based on Damocles. I don't think we're getting that. I don't think we're getting that. Didn't you and Lark do a Helldivers 2 stream a little bit back? Yes, we did, and we enjoyed it. So I'm Raven, I was wondering, does the new girl Tomoki encountered with the honey eyes have a special origin? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. I don't want to spoil anything right now. You'll have to wait for Monday when we get to that. How long has Hannah been an artist for me? Hannah and I have been friends for well over, I think, almost 15 years. I met her when I was just starting college, and we have been friends ever since. I feel you, Raven. I can barely beat Bloodborne. It's funny. I can play Neo and Wolong, and I've beaten those games. I've beaten Neo, Neo 2, and Wolong. But I can't play Dark Souls for some reason. Are you playing any matches beforehand? No, I can't, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't play For Honor on my PC. I play it on my PlayStation. So in order for me to play matches on my PlayStation and show you guys, I would need to switch to a totally different stream. Like, so, yeah. Ribbon, just letting you know that I appreciate all you do. You inspire me out of curiosity, though. When will you be releasing your Shinobi Legend? I don't know. I haven't had time to sit down and write it yet. Raven, did you make a video on Record of Ragnarok? No. I've never talked about Record of Ragnarok. Oh, Raven, how do you feel about the Netflix Avatar Last Airbender show? Just curious. Fan base is very split. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. I mean, it's better than the M. Night Shyamalan version, but it's not my thing. I can help you, Raven. Oh, with Elden Ring? Nah, it's fine, bro. Being bad is a point of Elden Ring. There's no success without failure. Yeah, I get that, but I've lost to the same boss like 30 times, and I've even had friends come in and help me, and I still lose. What was your build at the time? Oh my gosh! Now everyone's trying to help. No, it's okay, guys. Like, I don't remember what my build was. I honestly don't remember. I had trouble finding new armor and weapons throughout the game. Like, I kept struggling to find new equipment, for God's sake. Like, I was going everywhere and I couldn't find anything new. And then I didn't know what stats to upgrade to allow. Like, I went to one spot and I found a flail and I thought, oh cool, a flail. You don't have the stats to use this effectively. Oh, okay. Then I went another place and I found a cool long sword kind of weapon that causes bleed, and that boss was a bitch to beat, but I beat him, and I liked that weapon, but again, I didn't have the stats for it, and so like it was messed up. It was messed up. So Raven, what are you expecting in this game? You mentioned deals with Ronin that's coming out. I believe it's coming out. Yes, I'm looking forward to Rise of the Ronin. That's coming out later this month, so I'm very excited for that. Didn't George R. R. Martin write Elden Ring? No, no, he did not. He did not. Surprised I never made a Lu Bu here for the Wulin faction. Seems like a no-brainer. The problem with the Wulin faction is when they released the Wulin, the fan base came out antagonistically against them, and as a result, now everyone hates the Wulin. And so the developers are scared to do anything new with the Wulin because of how the fan base treated the Wulin when they first released. So, I don't know. Will we play Helldivers 2 again? Yes, I will play Helldivers 2 again. Let me see. Rise of the Ruin and Silver Blade are going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those. I'm very much looking forward to those. Raven, tried Persona 3 Reloaded. It's pretty dang good. Let me get through Persona 5 Royal first, and then I'll look at Persona 3, okay? I've got one Persona game I'm trying to get through right now. Let me get through that, then I'll worry about Persona 3 Reloaded. I got to take this one step at a time, right? Pirate and Mongol should be Wulin. Well, Pirate definitely. I don't know if there's a Mongol hero yet. Did you hear they're making a Rise Son of Rome 2? That'll make Lark happy. That's one of his favorite games. I still got to get Helldiver so I can show you how to properly rank. Yeah, me and Lark were talking, Hannah. You need to get that. You need to get that game already. Hey Raven, if they deleted Heat Security, who would be the Samurai Harbinger? Like out of the cast right now, or who would I add? Raven Knight, I'm almost finished my story. I would love for you to read it when I post it on Discord. Okay. Raven, is there any consequence for Joker and Persona to romance everyone? I looked it up. No, there's apparently no consequence. You can romance literally everyone, and like there's no meaningful consequence. I think that's kind of scummy, but hey, you know what? Let's go for it. Hey, y'all, I'm not going to be here for the Warriors Den. Okay. I noticed that you do that a lot, Drew. Bro, what's up, man? Like, you'll come in, stop by for a stream, but then instantly say, I can't stay, and then yeet. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't mind the Wulin, but I just don't see them as my playstyle, but I got into playing Warden for you and Havoc Raven. That's cool. But like I said, I feel bad for the Wulin. You get beaten by the women? What? Oh, you get beaten by the women? Oh, I haven't gotten to that point. Don't ruin anything for me, guys. Hey, Aaron. Raven, did you know there's going to be a DLC for Elden Ring coming soon? No. What? No way. Raven, I saw on the For Honor subreddit that some mentioned some of the stuff you had mentioned about the Wulin and wrote as a letter of concern. Did they? One of Law Daddy's going to get a skin? I'd like that. Hey, Raven, I have a question. Is there any specific writing technique you love to do that I could try? Because I'm trying to make a story arc of my own character for the For Honor characters. Practice. There are lots of techniques I employ. Like, dialogue is something I enjoy. I love using dialogue and conversational writing. That's fun. Hey, Raven, dumb question, but how you maintain focus when doing writing or editing? I listen to music in the background, put on headphones so that I don't get distracted, and I just write. Hey, Raven at work, we're glad to watch the stream. Awesome, man. Awesome. Bro shows up at the meeting, says, I shall not be attending in dips. If you enjoy Persona series, I think you'll enjoy Like a Dragon series. Well, I've only played one Persona game so far, so I don't know if I like the series overall. I just like this game. Ad. Go away, ad. I don't like those ads. Anyway. Also, Raven never played The Surge. It's basically Dark Souls with the exosuits fighting robots. Nope, never played it. Never touched it. Any hints on who the she-villain is mentioned in the trailer? Will she kill Ash and replace her? I don't know. I'm not a developer. I don't know anything about it. All I can tell you is that apparently the new Outlander hero will be released Season 4, Title Update 2, and they will be a woman, and they will be a villain. That's all I know. I know nothing else. Hey, Raven Knight, I'm a fan of history. My favorite king is Kosaru Anashwaran. Do you have any kings you find interesting? King Richard the Lionheart, Godfrey Bouillon, the Keeper of the Holy Sepulchre. Yeah, those are two that really stick out to me. So, yeah. Music with sound effects like rain actually works best for me when writing. Cool. Raven, when we get to Tomoki and a Margon fight, will you put the music you showed us last stream? No, because I can't read fast enough to keep up with the music. Let's see. Anyone else watch streams on YouTube and then they reset that to the beginning? Nah, I've never done that. Good day, sir. I don't, if you already talk about it, but what are your thoughts on the Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix? Never seen it. Raven Knight, what is an anti-villain trope? An anti-villain trope? What do you mean? Wait, do you mean anti-hero trope? Like, are you talking like someone like Red Hood or Punisher? Because those are anti-heroes. Have you thought about writing another custom Dead by Daylight killer or survivor? Yes, I have. I have thought about it. But I have been very distracted. I can say as well that I recommend the YouTube channel Blue Turtle. They have music and Ghibli style animation. I'll take a look. Hey Raven, is the new Battle Pass worth it? I haven't seen the new Battle Pass. Guys, I'm not a developer. I don't know what's coming. They have not revealed a thing. No, I'm not even kidding. I have not been told a thing yet. I know as much as you do if you watched the trailer. I don't know what's... That's why we're here, guys. Guys, is the new Battle Pass... Raven, is the new Battle Pass worth it? I don't know. Raven, can you tell us the full specifics of the new Outlander hero coming later this year? Surely you know. You designed them, right? You did... Yes, you got me. I know it all. Anti-villain is a thing like villain that kills other villains. Maybe? No, like Thanos. Thanos is an anti-villain? I thought he was just a villain. I thought Thanos was just a villain. Are you talking about like just a arch-villain? Oh, you mean a villain who believes that what they're doing is righteous. So they're doing evil, but they're doing it for righteous causes. Okay, all right. Well, usually the archetype of a villain like that is you have it start with them suffering in some way. They've lost something, or like I think a good example of this would be Zed from One Piece Film Z. I think he's an excellent example. He was a Marine admiral whose family was killed by a pirate. And instead of that pirate being brought to justice, that pirate was eventually invited to be one of the 7 warlords, which means that he would be sanctioned by the government. And so he lost all faith in the Marines and their ability to keep peace, so he became a villain who fights the Marines and pirates, and his goal is to bring an end to the pirate era by creating a literal world-ending cataclysm And it's really sad. Like, you feel bad for them. But usually what you want with those kind of heroes is you need a really good reason for why they do what they do. And the more sympathetic the reason, the more you'll connect to them, I find. Although I do find that the more sympathetic the reason, quite often, the more cliche. So sometimes it is nice to have someone who, like, you could almost have something almost like the Riddler in Batman Arkham Origins. In Batman Arkham Origins, the Riddler, before he became the Riddler, was trying to use extortion data, and what his plan was on Christmas Day, he would release all the extortion data he had on everyone in Gotham, so that meant that all the people in Gotham would be in complete mass panic and delusion because all their secrets were now exposed for the world to see. And he thought that it was the right thing to do because Gotham is corrupted and messed up, and the best way to fix it is to expose everyone for what they are, you know? And while it's effed up, he sees himself as doing it for the right reasons. But it's not because of any sympathetic reason, like, oh, I feel bad for me, I went through this. It's more of, I think I'm smarter than everyone else, and I'm going to do the right thing because I know better than everyone else. So that's one way to look at it. Raven, do you like the idea that a new samurai hero will use a sai? No, I don't. I'm not a big fan of that idea. Hey, Raven, trying to make my knights be in the same Knight Legion. Any Spanish knight orders you know of I could possibly for references? You could go off of the Reconquista. That'd be easy enough. You could look into the battles of Charlemagne and the battles of El Cid. Those are all good examples. Hey, Raven, I'm busy a lot, but I like your streams. No, you're cool, Drew. I was mostly teasing. Are we just chilling here an hour and a half, or is the stream sooner than noon? Oh, I always do this, Slim. I do this all the time. Basically, I start super early so that people have plenty of time to come in and they can talk to me and ask questions and just chat, and we just have a good time waiting. And then we jump into the stream. I like to be here for my community a little bit early. That's all. Samurai Hero uses a gun, not OP at all. I don't know what they're going to give the Samurai Hero. There are lots of well, I don't even want to say there are very few options I can think of left. I wouldn't be a fan of a Sai hero. I just don't think that would work. The Sai doesn't strike me as a great weapon set to use for this hero, especially when you have a Sai just casually hanging off of a Shinobi's armor set. I don't know. I really don't know. Hi, Ruben. How are you doing? I'm okay, man. Hey, we finally hit 100 people. Well, let's do that 6 more times. Come on, guys. 600. I want to break my record. Are the thumbnails AI generated? Not all of them. Not all of them. Sometimes because my friends Hannah and Jay are excellent artists, and I love them to death for what they do for me. But they're also very busy a lot of the time. Like Jay he draws for a living. It is his job. And Hannah is often busy and can't get work out as fast. And sometimes she doesn't want to draw stuff just for my thumbnails. So when they're busy with other stuff, I just use AI to make quick and easy thumbnails. I'm not trying to sell these AI art images or pieces. I'm just using something quick and easy that's recognizable. Raven, I wonder in your thoughts and opinion, how would Chimera become relevant in the lore once more? I want a year where Horkos is on the back foot. I want a year where Horkos has suffered significant losses, and now they need to go on the defensive, and Chimera start taking over. And then what you have then with Chimera taking over is some of the leaders in Chimera, like some of the smaller leaders, start getting too big for their britches and start demanding more. And thus we have a breakdown of the Chimera order, and you could even have Astria working behind the scenes to sow dissent, like do what Apollyon did. I think that'd be the best way to go. Hey Raven, would you play a game where Batman has to stop the Justice League instead of the stupid Suicide Squad? Yeah, I'd play that. Because I know Batman wouldn't kill them or disrespect them. Hey Raven, a bit of a joke idea. What would be your first reaction if Ubi decided to bring a Neolithic Hunter as a For Honor hero since we have Sabretooths now? I'd laugh. I'd laugh and say that's dumb. Well, hope you aren't using AI too much. I'm using it as much as I feel is necessary, Godzilla Warrior. Now, if you're concerned, now, here's the thing. When it comes to the ethics of AI, here's my stance on it. AI is a tool, just like anything else. You can abuse a tool, but the tool is still there to be used. I'm not going to abuse AI. I'm not going to make AI art to sell it. That's not my goal. I only make AI art for thumbnail purposes and for quick and easy avatars that I can use for artistic integrity. I have no interest in using it to make a profit. And I also have no intention of edging out Jay or Hannah. Anytime Jay or Hannah make art for me, I am more than happy to use their art. In fact, you'll notice I've used their art plenty of times. So I will use AI as I deem it necessary to use AI. That's my stance on that. Raven, my story of a warden who was fathered has been the parent to a young girl in the middle of being in army. Okay. I had a fun idea where instead of Suicide Squad killing the Justice League, it's the TMNT saving the Justice League. I don't know how that would work. The TMNT would not be much of a match to the Justice League. I wouldn't put an Apollyon Resurrection past the devs. I'd like that. Who knows? Maybe they took a page from your video about the samurai being underdogs, not to mention the hero you showed in that video. Maybe. AI isn't bad. Until it's sold or used to be better real art. Yeah, like honestly, I've talked to Hannah about it, and Hannah's my artist friend, and I asked her perspective, and she does not have a problem with what I do. I will love For Honor a lot more if we get a female Shugoki. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure we'll hear someone bitch about it. Hey Raven, I have to go real quick. When does the Warrior Den start so I can join later without missing anything? It starts in 68 minutes, so you got an hour. Do you like the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool movies? The first one was entertaining, but I never watched the second one, and I have no interest in the third one because I think they're overrated. Like, I'll be real honest. I don't dislike Deadpool at all as a character, but when every character that they release now in comics is just Deadpool, I'm no longer interested. Hey, Raven, how much of a Chad was El Cid? Epic. Epic Chad. El Cid was an absolute unit. Apollyon has already been brought back in the form of Warmonger. Jeez, people. No, we mean like the person Apollyon, not like her gameplay. My bet, Centurion Hero skin and Assassin's Creed themed PK skin. I feel like throwback event is the AC event. No. I mean, I don't see a PK hero skin. I don't see that. And I don't see a Centurion hero skin either. My thought is a Lawbringer hero skin. Maybe another Warden hero skin, but with a female this time. That'd be cool. Or a Griffin hero skin. Those are my thoughts. Hey, Raven, been a while since I've been in chat. I started working on construction, so it's taking a toll on my hours of gameplay and For Honor. I won't be here for the reveal, but I'll be back. Okay, that's fine. I personally like Ace Ventura. Never saw it. Harley Quinn's character was destroyed when they turned her into DC's Deadpool. Yeah. Well, then again, they've done that with a lot of characters lately. Wait, when did they announce this Origin? I didn't even know about it until I saw your stream. I just did the math. I did the math because they said that the new season would be released on the 14th, and they always do a Warrior's Den a week before the 14th. So I thought, hey, I'll be here. One second, guys. Got to send a message real quick. All right. Sorry about that. Had to send a message. Okay, I'm back. A gladiator skin, maybe? I don't know. How would I hear that's an archer work? Nah, I wouldn't do that. That would not work. Thoughts on the historical figure of Honda Hichichiro Tadakatsu? He's cool. Hey Raven, which year would you like a lore rework? The Wulin. The Wulin just need lore, damn it. I feel like the Wulin have just been so ignored. Hey Raven, do you think they will release OG campaign hero skins? Maybe, I don't know. They're kind of moving away from the campaign a bit, I think. So I don't know if they'll do that. This year's going to focus on weapons. Yeah, they're focusing on legendary weapons. Like, they're going to give the hero skins legendary weapons. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Raven, thoughts on Skull and Bones? Overrated, overblown, undercooked. Didn't the samurai sword carry a spear aside from the katana? Yes, they did. They carried the yari. The yari spear. But yeah, the Wulin have been really, like, undersold. Like, when the Wulin came out, they didn't even really have lore. They barely went into the lore of the Wulin, and I was so disappointed. Raven, how would you feel if they added Oda Nobunaga as a samurai hero, or rather be a hero skin? No, don't do that. Come on. Don't just grab a historical figure and just say, hey, there they are, and then throw them in. No, don't do that. I find that lazy, and it would just be inappropriate to that historical figure. Do you think these legendary weapons are varied, or are they all swords? I think they'll be varied. Because, I mean, honestly, not all legendary weapons are swords in history. I mean, you have the Spear of Longinus. Let's see. You have the Ryu Jingu Bang. I mean, those alone are not swords. Those are not swords. You have the Green Crescent Dragon Staff. Like, there are other weapons besides swords. Do you want Commander Shepard to return in the next Mass Effect? They won't do that. They won't do that. I mean, I think it'd be cool, but they won't. A Japanese hero with an axe? We have that. Let's see. What about Wukong? Wukong's already in the game. Wulin was supposed to bring Chinese players to the game, and said the game got banned in China. That's why Ubi treats the faction like this. No, here's what happened. I'll tell you what I think happened. So when the Wulin were released in year 2, they released it with Marching Fire, which they thought would really bring people to the game. But it was behind a $30 paywall, and a lot of people saw this as a deliberate cash grab. Basically, oh, you want this new faction, you want these new game modes, and you want all this stuff? Well, you got to pay $30 for it. And For Honor at the time had pretty bad servers and pretty bad balancing. And the community said, how dare you try to pawn us off a whole new faction and whole new game modes when the core gameplay is still so bad. And so people started harassing and belittling the Wulin, saying that they were a cash grab, they're not paying money for it, blah, blah, blah. And so the For Honor devs probably thought, oh, crap, they really don't like the Wulin, so let's not do that anymore. Because that's what you do, you know? Like, let's put it this way. Let's say that you go out to eat seafood, and then that night you get sick. Even if your sickness did not relate to the seafood, if it was not caused by the seafood, you'll associate the seafood with getting sick. So you avoid seafood now, even though it was not the seafood that caused it. The problem that happened with Marching Fire update is they put it all behind a paywall, but were not willing to fix the balancing problems of For Honor. So people got mad at it. And so even though the developers recognized the problem, they still associated the Wulin with that incident. And so they said, okay, let's not add any more Wulin. Because clearly the Wulin are not liked by the community. Which is weird since I thought everyone was excited about the Wulin. No, I've seen far more hate for the Wulin than excitement. All right, let's see. People back then saw the Wulin pay to win as well. I wouldn't say they're pay to win. Just pay to get this faction that had not been asked for. The community was asking for server fixes and balancing updates, and instead the developers gave them the Wulin. And so people saw it as a cash grab. What do you think about a heroes or combination of the main 3 factions? Hi, Griffin. That's Griffin, bro. How was the Wukong season received? Oh, people liked it. People liked the season. They liked Wukong. I thought it was a very successful season. But just because you like a Wulin themed season doesn't mean they're going to like a new hero. Let's see, Raven Knight, and there was the fact that there were 4 new heroes that were just unbalanced. I've noticed after that they never added more than 1 hero at a time. No, because after the Wulin, they had the Harbinger year, and they added 1 hero each season. Then after that, they did 2 heroes a year. Wulin are only created to appease China, but now IRL, we are on the brink of war, Russia, China, North Korea, etc. That's news anchor propaganda. We're not on the brink of war with China. And no, the Wulin were not just added to appease China. Like, do you think that the developers are so childish that they think, hey, if we add Chinese characters, China will like us? No, that's bullshit. No. They added the Wulin because Dynasty Warriors is popular, and they wanted to put in characters that could be related to Dynasty Warriors. I mean, just look at the design of Tiandi and Zhang Jun. They were very clearly trying to adhere to something that they thought would be popular. That's all it is. They weren't trying. This was not. Let me be real. If they just wanted to appease China, Ubisoft could very easily just release a Chinese fighting game. That's all they'd have to do. But we're not on the brink of war with China or North Korea or Russia. That's all news anchor bullshit. I'm sick of hearing it. Besides the Xion, what Chinese weapon would you love to see in the game? The whip chain. That'd be cool. I mean, that sounds like Ubi. Trying to appease China. Okay, then they're doing a shit job. If that was honestly their goal, then it was a shit job from the shit show. I just want to say, after seeing all your character lore videos, you've got me back into writing. It might be a bit cringe, but you've got me working on my Kensei. That's cool. That's cool. Isn't Cheng Pass inspired by the Great Wall of China? It is. Oh no, China's threatening military action in Taiwan. Quick, release a new Wulin. China threatening military action in Taiwan. Oh, is it Tuesday already? I'm so used to it by now. North Korea is testing another missile. Oh gosh, is that time of the week again? Come on. This is nothing new. I'm so used to it now, it bores me. I would like to see a chakram. It's more of an Indian weapon. Well, Ubi is not known for the maturity and quality. Look at Skull and Bones. The problem is I mean, you say that, but look, here's the thing. You can't have your cake and eat it too, you know? On the one hand, you can't say, gosh, For Honor is such a creative game with such unique characters and ideas and inspiration. But then on the other hand, God, they're so juvenile. They're just trying to appease China by making Chinese characters. Think about this for a second. If they wanted to appease China, why didn't they just add the pirate to the Wulin? She's very obviously Chinese. At this point, I think we can agree it's basically just slowing down at this point. Less hero releases, less new armor, less everything. Well, it's a money issue. For Honor has been struggling right now because of a money issue. Ubisoft wants to keep producing new games and supporting games that are popular. For Honor has a dedicated fan base, so it's not dead. But at the same time, Ubisoft isn't willing to put a bunch of money into a game that doesn't have a growing fan base. In order for Honor to survive, it needs to grow its community. How did China get into the conversation? People were saying that the Wulin were just Ubisoft trying to appease the Chinese, and I was saying that's nonsense. We're at 35 million players. Why would they not support it? Because Ubisoft is under the impression that newer games will get more people. They thought that Skull and Bones would get more people, that Assassin's Creed Red will get more people. They're pushing new games, not supporting old. Think about it like this. People used to say that Rainbow Six Siege is better than For Honor because they release 4 new heroes every year. Well, look at their new roadmap. They're only getting 2 heroes this year. Even Rainbow Six Siege is suffering the same way For Honor is. So, people who say, oh, Rainbow Six Siege is so much better off than For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege is suffering just as much. Has the stream been delayed? No, I just always start my stream early. So what do you think? They complete the original 10-year plan, then scrap For Honor? I don't think they'll scrap it. I think what they're going to do is after the original 10-year plan, they're going to look at For Honor and decide if it's worth keeping. And I think what they need to do, here's what they need to do. They need to advertise this game. They need to push this game into the limelight. They need to do commercials. They need to do advertisement campaigns. They need to let people know that this game exists and is fun. Because a lot of people either don't know this game exists or don't know that it's been updated the way it has. We need to let more people know about this game. If we can get this game into the limelight and get more people seeing it and appreciating it and playing it, then this game will survive. But if we don't, then yes, it will eventually peter out. I'd argue Rainbow Suffering more For Honor doesn't have Rick and Morty in it and other dumb crossovers. Yeah, I think that Rainbow Six Siege is a shill. I really do. I think Rainbow Six Siege is a shill and is a very obvious let's make money campaign, even more so than For Honor. Skull and Bones is, to be honest, just a fat laughing stock and a fat disgrace to Black Flag's legacy. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Hey Raven, how do you come up with the style for your legends? I'm trying to do Volda and Brodar. It varies. Sometimes I come up with really based ideas off of the blue. Other times I really need to think about it. Hey Raven, how would you feel if Ubi gave the Warden a side dodge light where he stabs instead of slashes? Please, I'd take that. If they make For Honor 2, I'm not getting my 600 reps again. I'd like a For Honor 2 as long as you can move rep over or move like stuff over. Rainbow Six Siege equals being banned into the Shadow Realm. Huh. Do you think For Honor needs a new engine? Not really. Rainbow Six Siege is stupid now. Adding Demos made no sense to me other than let's add this because he's known and will make money. Same thing with Sam Fisher. Yeah. You know what's funny? Before I even started the stream, I saw this video in my recommended from a guy named Kudos who was saying that Demos saved the Rainbow Six lore. And I'm like, I'm sorry. How on earth did he do that? How on earth did Demos save Rainbow Six Siege's lore? Are you kidding? He makes less sense than any of the other operators added so far. The last good operator they were... Oh, okay, I'll be fair. I will be fair. I did like some of the recent operators. Like, I like Ram. Ram's cool. I like Ram fine. And Thorn is okay. And Azami's okay. But for the most part, a lot of the newer ones I think are terrible. Hey, Raven, will you make more hero stories after you tell all your heroes? Yeah, always. Can we all agree that For Honor is Bay? You mean based? Do you mean based? Hey, Raven, if you decide on a Mongol hero, what do you think they'll be their weapon? I think a Turco-Mongol saber. I was so furious they added Nier to Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, Nier, they added a skin of Nier Automata. That was weird. Ram is best. I like Ram. Ram is cool. Did I see Afira's Hero Fest execution? No. Is it on YouTube? Demos will be released next week. Blech. Screw that. Screw Demos. Because I was going to say, bae isn't usually what you describe a game as. A bae is like a girlfriend or boyfriend, right? All right, let's see it. Let's see it. People are talking about this new Afira execution. Let's see if we can't get it. Let's see if we can't take a look at it. Okay, here we go. All right, this is it. Let's thank you, the Wicked One Gaming. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this new execution. I'm curious. Let's see. What? No, what? Oh my gosh! How the hell? No, I'm rewatching that. That does not... Hold on. Hold on. That doesn't look like the one they showed in the trailer. Hold on, let me... Hold on. No, wrong one. Wrong one. Here we go.
Something.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me see this. Really? That's all it is? That's all it is? That's all you did? What? Oh my gosh. That's it? Oh, that's lame. That is lame. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, that was lame. Throwing your shield in the air, hitting it with your mace, yeah, that, and then hitting them in the face or the throat, and then it bounces back Captain America style and right onto her arm. No, screw that. No, no, that's going to get bad grades. And now that all the Hero Fest executions are out, I can now grade them all. So I'll release that video either today or tomorrow. But, ooh, that was bad. That was really bad. That was bad. I mean, it made you chuckle. That's a camera. I chuckled at how bad it is. That's not a good reason to laugh. Hello, how are you doing, Raven? And do you know what will the new Sarah... No, I have no idea what the new Samurai Hero will be. I've made my prediction. That's about all I can do. Hey, Raven, I hope I didn't rub you the wrong way. No, when did you rub me the wrong way? You never did that. You're good. At least it's quick for gameplay, I guess. Yeah, it's quick. I'll give it that, but... I don't like it. I don't like it. So, okay, so looking over all the executions, let me see. So, we got a Highlander one. It was fine. It was okay. Warlord, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like Warlords. Warmonger, based. I liked Warmongers. Nobushi's was good. I like Nobushi's too. Blackprior's, I liked it, but I felt like it was meant for Varangian Guard, not Blackprior. And then Aphira's just terrible. I didn't like it. I have the perfect Angel Dust quote for that execution. This is stupid. Who's Angel Dust? Or what is Angel Dust? Is that like a show? Or is it a person? It sounds familiar. Angel Dust sounds familiar. It's either a show or a person. I don't remember. And if they said this is well, lots of people have said this is stupid. I don't know why I care so much about your opinion on grading execution, but I really do. Thank you, Slim. Appreciate that. I like the Warmonger, but I don't agree with the head physics. No, I agree with you there. It's going to lose points in realism, but, I mean, it still looks cool. Has been hotel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that freak of nature. I remember now. Yeah, that thing exists. The Spider Boy from wait, it's a boy? Seriously? That's a guy? Ugh. Okay. Sure. All right. Kensei's was sick. Yeah, but that was last year. I mean, not last year. Last season. That's a Marvel character named Angel Dust. It's also the name of a drug. I thought it was the name of a drug. Where's Doom Guy when you need him? Yeah, I'm not a... For anyone who knows me, you know that I'm not a fan of Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss. I'm not a big fan of the Vizzy Pop thing. You know what? You know what? I think the best way to describe them... I'm going to show you all this. I think the best way to describe it is this. Skip past
Protect
this
your
part.
body from harm by wearing this Nano Protect Armor or Guardian Vest.
Okay, we're gonna go to the end here. Here we go.
Media being filled with the lamest shit possible?
Or hope me and the boys here could find you.
No, here we go. Here we go.
Tired of all your media being filled with the lamest shit possible?
Want a show that doesn't hate your male power fantasies but embraces them?
There's plenty of independent animation targeted at mentally ill teenage girls.
I love that line. I love it. There's plenty of independent film animation that's targeted at mentally ill teenage girls. And then just showing that unapologetically. Like, yes! 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 Calling it like it is. Calling it like it is. I love it. That's exactly my thought, too. It is exactly my thought, too. I am so proud of those two. I am so proud of Flash Gits for this. Thank you, Flash Gits. Thank you. Yes. That is the way. That is the way. All right, let me check our view. 143. Aw. Dang it. I don't think we're going to reach my goal. I'm still sad. Oh, well. But yeah, it's gonna be the most genuine laugh I've ever heard from you. Oh, dude, I watched some of my response videos. My laughs are genuine. But yeah, like I've never really been a fan of Vizzy Pop's work. I think she's talented. I think she's got artistic creativity, and I think that she can design neat characters and designs. And even some of her concepts are creative in and of themselves, but she's not a good writer. I think she's a very bad writer. I think that she is obsessed with one trope of writing in one character concept and just repeats it over and over. She has no understanding of theology and constantly circle jerks the concepts around. In fact, I would say that she disrespects theology in a big way because she has no understanding of it and doesn't try to. And I feel like she is a lover of sexual humor and jokes, and she thinks that raunchiness equals adult, and it doesn't. You can do adult work without just being raunchy and sex jokes and crude humor all the time. So I really am not a fan of Vizzy Pop. I think that she's very overrated. I think her work is targeted at a specific audience that doesn't need to see. I genuinely think that it's just so overrated. And I know a lot of people will say stuff like, "Oh, you know, you're okay with stuff like Neon Genesis Evangelion and its theological nonsense, but you don't like this." And I say, "Oh no, I don't like Neon Genesis Evangelion either. I think that show's shit too." But the problem is, Vizzy Pop's work is what we're talking about right now. Oh shoot, I just lost 15 viewers after saying that. Ah, man, I'm not gonna get to 600 today. Shoot. Anyway, so random things to talk about. You know, I wish they made Ocelot a heavier character. I don't. I see the appeal, but it's just not for me. Vizzy also had a nasty habit of getting into constant drama. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, you can be a Christian and like has been, but laugh at stupid. Yes, you can be a Christian and like just about any kind of media, I would say. But, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I have watched some of Has-Been, and I just thought it was cringe. How do we get into these conversations? You must be new to my channel, bro. We get into these kind of conversations all the time. Like, that's one of the great things about running this channel. We just talk about whatever. Wait, Vizzy Pop supported the cancellation of Has-Been Hotel? Why would she support the cancellation of her own show? I don't even... Why? Hey, Daniel, what's with the crying, bro? What you crying for? Do you like Vikings? Nah. I feel like Hazbin is for younger generation. It's for a dumb generation. I enjoyed Hazbin Hotel, but it definitely feels like an adult stuck at the age of 15 would write. Yep, that sums it up. Do you watch and like any type of animated show? Yeah. I love the Batman the Animated Series. I still watch it every now and then. There are plenty of anime I enjoy. I loved the Teen Titans growing up. That was awesome. And I haven't watched it recently, but I really need to. Yeah, there's plenty of animated shows that I enjoy. I like animation. I just think Vizzy Pops is overrated. Raven said, you don't watch Hazbin. Am I say they made Lucifer a depressed rubber duck maker that is socially awkward? It's like I said, she has no understanding of theology. Every Raven stream I pop on has to be talking about Hazbin Hotel eventually. People bring it up. Someone mentioned angel dust in my chat. I asked what that was. They told me, and now we got into this. Don't blame me for that. The Batman is rather underrated. Oh, I love the Batman. You mean the which one was it? What year did that come out? The Batman. Wasn't that 2002? The Batman 2004. It was 2004, I think. Yes, that one. Oh, I love that series. That one was so good. I especially liked the first 2 seasons. I don't know why. I think the first 2 seasons were the best part because it had Detective not Elisa Mazza. That's Gargoyles. Eren Yen. She was awesome. She was a great character. They did away with her in season 3. I didn't understand that. I was like, why? She was awesome. She was fun. Then they replaced her with Jim Gordon. He's fine, but no. Anyway. I don't like the show, and I'm 15. It's weird. We're the most spiritual gen, but not religious. We're weird. Don't know how. It's weird. Guessing you're not young enough to ever watch Adventure Time. I watched Adventure Time. I wasn't a big fan. Like, it wasn't offensive or anything. I just wasn't a fan of the art style or the animation. I don't like the noodle arm animation that people do all the time nowadays. Like, you see it in regular show, you see it in Adventure Time, you see it in Rick and Morty, you see it in the Amazing World of Gumball, you see it in all these different shows lately. It's just, I call it noodle arm animation because that's what it looks like. The arms just look like noodles that can wobble around and do whatever. There's no elbows, there's no corners, there's no edges. And I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. So I looked at it and I just said, no, I'm not a big fan. There were some aspects to Adventure Time that I thought were kind of neat, but nah, I just think it's overrated. I miss the days when people actually put effort into art. Hazbin is Vizzy Pop's own version. It's not meant to be accurate to the actual religion. Yeah, except for the fact that except for the fact that she hasn't explained the rules of hell and heaven. Like, okay, I'll give you an example of what I mean. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Let me present this theological argument to you. Let me just present this, and then I'll drop it, okay? I've heard people say that before. A Vizzy Pop's version of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss is not meant to be the real hell or heaven. Okay, cool. Then let me ask this. Why do I not want to go to hell? In her world, in her version of things, why would I not want to go to hell? Because they make hell out to be a bad place, right? Okay, fair. Why don't I want to go there? The way she presents it is it's just presented as an alternative dimension where you go to after you die if you're not accepted into heaven. And it looks like you can live however you want, consequence-free. There's no law. There's no evident order of things. You're not going to be arrested for doing bad things. You can live the sexual or devious fantasy you want to, and without much issue. What's wrong with it? Now, of course, people will say, well, there's the purge that happens every once in a while, which kills off a percentage of the population. Yes, but that is not inherent to hell. According to the lore, that's something that heaven started instituting to control population size. That's not something inherent to hell. So if heaven decided, okay, we're not going to do that anymore, again, what's wrong with hell? See, in order for me to, that's the thing. Why does Charlie want to help people get out of hell when there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with hell? See, and you can say, but it's not the real version of hell. Okay, fair. It's not, but then why don't I want to go there? You know? See, these are things that I ask as a writer. If you want to rewrite your own version of hell, okay, but you need to set the rules. You need to set the standards, you need to set the ground rules. And then we need to set the rules for how you get into heaven, and she won't answer that question. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because any standard she gives for how to get into heaven Now suddenly she stepped into the theological application of salvation. How do you get to the good place and yet still be an asshole like Adam is? Because Adam in the show is a dick. How did he get into heaven? Adam acts no differently than the people in hell do, and yet he's in heaven. So she needs to lay down, okay, what is the difference between the people in heaven and hell without going into the moral argument, and she can't do that. So that's why I take issue with it. You can make the argument, oh, well, it's a different heaven and hell. Okay, fine, but what are the rules? She won't answer them because that's not what matters to her. She wants to create an edgy new version of hell that makes it look a little bit more like Detroit than it does actual hell. So that's my issue. Watch this, peeps. I might infuriate Raven with this. Raven, in the first season of the Hazbin Hotel, Adam got killed, and a snake, Serpententious, got redeemed and sent to heaven. How? How did Serpententious get redeemed? Like, what did he do? And how was Adam killed? How do you get killed in heaven? So let's get off topic. Do you think they'll add a hero wielding Sai in front of her? No, I answered that question earlier, bro. I don't think so. Honestly, that's why you wouldn't want to go there. There's no laws, meaning you can do what you want, but people like the scum of society can do whatever they want to you. Yeah, but the inverse of that is this. The only thing, okay, let me be real. The only thing that stops some people from becoming chaotic evil is society's rules. If they end up in hell where that is removed, now they can live the life they've always wanted to. You know, that's the issue. Nah, Hazbin Hotel is Detroit and Ohio mixed together. Ha! Because he sacrificed himself to stop Adam, and Adam was stabbed with angelic steel. Okay, so they're saying that self-sacrifice is the way to get into heaven? Really? Interesting. Interesting. Adam died to angelic steel, and Serpentious stopped sinning and sacrificed himself to save his friends. So they're saying that to get into heaven, you need to self-sacrifice. Okay, what did Adam do self-sacrificial to get into heaven? In the Bible, Adam was the first human, and he didn't do anything self-sacrificing. I recently watched an Archcast video saying that many people thought that Adam was the good guy. Was he? It has been the high-ranking angels don't even know what it takes to get into heaven. And that's what's effed up. That's what's effed up. You don't even know your own criteria? Raven, you have to stop sinning and become a good person. That's so juvenile. That's so juvenile. And besides, if you're right, Ice, then how come the angels didn't know that? You and Havoc have the same amount of people watching somewhat? Wait, we do? I didn't know Havoc was streaming. I messaged him and everything. Hold on. There he is. What? Oh. He is streaming.
King Gladiator. Brother, what's that? Brother, Oh, what do you reckon? Do you reckon that's the new Warden hero skin? Why do you reckon? Why do you think that Warden gets a second hero skin before others get those?
Oh, well.
What do you reckon?
I was just saying hi to him.
A hero skin, or is it just somebody? I don't know. Someone chilling. What do you reckon?
Like I like hearing his commentary.
Oh.
Well, I'll leave him alone now. Anyway, Raven Knight, it sounds a lot like Valhalla. There's a video that said that Hazbin is a perfect critique of the Catholic Church. It is not. Oh man, now everyone saw that Havoc's live, and now they're going to go watch it. Okay. all right. You and Havoc make a good pair. I haven't talked to Havoc in a few days, honestly. I don't know. Maybe he's avoiding me. Hey, Raymond, in your own opinion, what is the best way to parody theology without being tasteless or immature? I think a good example would be... Look, here's the thing. What I would do is I wouldn't insult the religion. I'd pick on certain aspects, but I wouldn't insult the religion. Like, I'll give you a good example. In the movie starring Mel Brooks, History of the World, there's a scene where Mel Brooks plays a character who's taking the orders of everyone at the Last Supper. And when he walks in, he hears Jesus say, "Tonight one of you will betray me." And Mel Brooks goes to Jesus and goes, "Judas." And Judas goes, "What?" Because he's the one who's going to betray Jesus. And so it shows him being nervous. I think that was funny. It wasn't disrespectful to the faith. It wasn't disrespectful to the message. I thought it was funny. Like, it was just a funny call out. Like, Judas was going to be the one. Like, "Tonight one of you will betray me." Judas, what? I think that's funny. You can pick fun, but don't blaspheme, you know? Or he's just busy with other things in life. Don't ever take things like that personally. No, I'm not taking it personally. I'm more being tongue in cheek, if anything. I'm more being tongue in cheek, if anything. Right now, just been a very busy week, so I have a pessimistic style humor. Like, I'm down on myself more often than I probably should be. Getting away from has-been talk, I got a midterm in my lit class. I think I got most of everything in the class covered. I haven't had this much fun reading in a while. Okay, cool. Every time I hear Mel Brooks, think of Spaceballs. Yep. Raven, how would you rewrite has-been? I'd trash it. That's what I'd do. Now, if you're going to take a jab at one religion, you can't ignore the others. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, I pick on all faiths equally, you know? I pick on all faiths equally. Everyone's got an area that I can pick on. I pick on Catholics, I pick on Protestants, I pick on Muslims, I pick on Jews, I pick on Hindus, I pick on Buddhists. I pick on everyone. Always in good conscience. I don't try to be mean. Oh, I'm just getting used to you in live. Oh, no, you're cool, man. Like, dude, you gotta understand, I'm always like that. I'm always a little bit on the pessimistic side. Like, I'm kind of that guy who, like, you notice a little bit of it when I'm like, oh, man, I'm at 135 viewers. I'm never going to get to 600. You know, like, I'm not really depressed. It's just, I'm just being down on myself, which happens. But I do find it interesting that there are so few people watching right now. Actually, you know what part of it is? Part of it is school still going on, and so people are in school right now. That's part of it. Hey, Raymond, what do you think Vizzy Pop's dad did? I'm not going to speculate on that. So you do the South Park approach? I don't watch enough South Park to know what approach they'd have. Have you seen the movie The Green Knight? No, I have not. I've heard about it, though. Is there a religion you can't try to criticism? Oh, are you saying is there a religion I can't criticize? I have trouble criticizing some things. Like, when you say criticize, I don't criticize the Christian faith. I criticize the Christian attitude. And what I mean by that is this. I don't criticize churches for believing in Christ, because I do. But I can criticize different actions. Like, for example, one of my favorite jokes about the Catholic Church is, if you go to heaven and you go down the like there's a joke about the Catholics, okay? You go to heaven and there's an angel that meets you at the gate and goes, "Hey, come with me. I'll show you the way." And so he gives you a tour of heaven, and then you walk by this big door and he goes, "Oh, shh, be quiet here." And he goes, "Why do I need to be quiet?" He says, "Oh, the Catholics are behind there and they think they're the only ones here." It's a joke because of the Catholics who believe that only Catholics will go to heaven, Protestants won't. So it's a joke about how Catholics behave. It's poking fun at that. And I think that's funny, you know? Like, I think that's funny. I'm not making fun of the Christian faith. I'm just picking on that attitude. What's my favorite plot to use in my stories? You're asking me what my favorite plot is. That would just be my favorite story. Unless you mean plot style. Like, I wouldn't know how to answer that. Later, Ice. I want to see in Has-Been if they talk to God, the stones the Muslim throw to stone the devil hitting him. They haven't mentioned God in Has-Been, I don't think, and I don't think they will. I bash on rich preachers that use the Lord's name for profit. Yeah, that's never a good idea. And don't start that, Rhoda. Don't start that. Don't start that. Don't start that. Beowulf and Laval were the ones I have for fun reading the most in my lit class. I taught Beowulf, actually, when I was a teacher. I taught Beowulf. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching Beowulf. My students didn't care. I also taught Shakespeare. That was great. Teaching Shakespeare came with its struggles, though. I have a Jormungandr and a Valkyrie legend. Nice, man. I tried to get into religion recently, but I keep falling out due to the pure savagery of which religion will make it to heaven. Ha! Yeah, that's something you got to kind of step over when you're dealing with different faiths and religions. The big question that gets asked a lot is, how do you know which religion is true and which one is not? And that is a lengthy conversation. I could go into it right now about my position on that, but we'd be here a while. As a Catholic, I respect Christians. It's just I feel like sometimes they're taking advantage, trying to force people to believe like. We should never force people to believe. That's the thing. Never force your faith on someone. That's not the way to save anybody. They need to come to it willingly. That's why I don't like those churches that do infantile baptisms, where they baptize a baby and go, okay, the baby's saved. No, I don't believe that. Because baptism has to be a choice you make. You have to decide to be baptized. You have to choose that. And that's the way I look at that. Raven, does the movie Beowulf honor the actual legend of Beowulf? No! Most of the movies for Beowulf are terrible. I'm watching The Chosen Season 4, and the scenes in the Sanhedrin remind me of modern Christianity. You're not wrong. A lot of Muslim versus Christian, too. Oh, I'm used to that. I've been called a heretic by Muslims and atheists and fellow Christians. Hey, Raven, off topic, do you think the prophesied chosen one trope is silly in writing? I did a video on that. It can be. I think it can be handled well, but I feel like it can be overdone. Also, do you watch the channel Terrible Writing Advice? I do. I like their work. I think it's safe to say that we need to ban all the talk about Busy Pop from now on. Why? It's a good conversation starter. My first exposure to Beowulf was actually the movie of the 13th Warrior. Oh, really? Cool. Where's the money, Lebowski? I know it's down there somewhere. Let me take another look. Will we see Space Marines in your For Honor and Glory series? Who knows? You just might. Dun, 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 dun. It's eerie to wake up and see Raven streaming and not at 8-ish in the evening. I know, right? But I gotta be here for the Warriors Den, which is in about 20 minutes. We're almost there. You've been called a heretic by atheists? Didn't know English Protestants watch you. I've been called a heretic because there are lots of atheists who think they know the Bible. And what they try to do is they try to prove that no one can live by the standards of the Bible. So they try to say, hey, if you're a Christian, why don't you do this? It says this in the Bible, but you don't do it. Doesn't that make you a heretic? And I go, well, all you've proven is you don't understand the passage you're quoting, you know? Hey, Raven, have you ever watched Nightfall? No. Been struggling with faith recently. Been wanting to get back into Christianity. On Sundays, I do a Bible study series. If you want to check that out on my other channel, check it out. Would love to have you. You watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? I watched the original show, not the new Netflix. Oh my God, guys, scientists are close to resurrecting the woolly mammoth. Wow. Let's not, because I remember a series of movies that talked about why it's bad to resurrect extinct animals. Who's your favorite Space Marine, Legion, or chapter? My favorite is probably either the Dark Angels, who I think are absolutely based. The Black Templars, who again are absolutely based. Or the... I also like the White Scars, who are absolutely fast. And I like the... I like the Basilisk Legion, too. The Basilisk Legion is pretty cool. Raven, you really should watch Nightfall. It's very interesting plot and it's about Templars. I'll check it out sometime. How would Apollyon fare in Vivzi's Hell? She'd own it. Have you seen the Shogun miniseries? Okay, so I have watched the original Shogun miniseries, and I've read the full book, Shogun by James Clavell. So I read the book and watched the original miniseries. It was incredible. I loved it. The new show that just came out, no! No! I'm not happy with it. Raven, name one Loyalist chapter of Space Marines that isn't based. Hold on. Hold on, I know this one. I'm not a huge fan of the Iron Hands. I'm just not. They're not bad or anything. I'm just not a huge fan of them. I've had more fun designing my original Sororitas and Chaos Marine stuff than anything. Sorry, I don't recall what the Black Templars do. Can you give a small refresher, please? The Black Templars are a successor chapter of the Imperial Fist chapter. They are one of the only chapters of Space Marines who hold to the divinity of the Emperor of Man, and they still adhere that the Crusade is going on, and they are one of the most well-known and popular chapters in Warhammer. Thoughts on Samurai Jack? Great show. Loved it. What did they do wrong? Who, the Iron Hands? They didn't do anything wrong. I'm just not a big fan of them. Thank God Raven didn't say Blood Angels. I don't hate the Blood Angels. OG Shogun is top tier, so the new Shogun doesn't live up to. Sad but expected. Well, let me tell you my issue. Okay, so in the first episode of the Shogun the new show, they introduced Toranaga almost right away. Right after the title card. You can't do that. The book and the original miniseries both built up to Toranaga. They made him like this legendary figure that we were building up to. Like we were, oh man, who is this guy? Who is he? And then you see him and it's like, oh, he's so awesome. No, and this, they just showed him right away. And I was like, no, screw that noise. Do it right. Do it like the book. Anyway, I love the Death Guard. Oh. Hail the loving grandfather. Okay. I mean, the Death Guard's not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of them. I like the Dark Angel, sorry. Raven, do you think it's going to be gender locked? Yes, I do believe that the new heroes will be gender locked. Have I watched Blue Eyed Samurai? No. No, I have not. But I've actually been having a lot of fun building my own homebrew Sororitas order. And my brother and I have been building a Chaos Astartes warband together. He's been helping. I've been helping him with that. It was his idea to start it. I've been helping him build it, like giving lore behind it, while he's been building the minis for it. And we've been having fun with that. So I've been building my Sororitas. I've been building those. He's been building the Chaos Warriors. So that's been a lot of fun. I want Warhammer DLC for DBD. Nah. Dang it, really? No Toranaga build-up? I know! They just dropped him right away. It was so weird. The new heroes are Outlanders and who else? We're going to get a Samurai hero in Season 2, and then an Outlanders hero in Season 4. Unpopular opinion, Yujiro sucks, both as a father and a person as a whole. Please don't kill me. Yujiro? Okay. Call me juvenile, but I like the Space Sharks and the Lamenters. That's not juvenile. That's cool. I like the Lamenters, too. Honestly, I think the Iron Hands need more love and Ferris Mantis needs more lore. I think the White Scars need more love. They have been pretty much forgotten. You super close with your brother? Yeah, we're really close. Raven Knight, going off the lack of Wulin, what weapons would you want to see in the faction of Ubi would actually give them a chance? Xi'an Sword. Whip Chain, that'd be cool. Meteor Hammers, I'd like to see those. they said it's a she for the samurai. No, they didn't. What they did was they started talking about the samurai first. Then they talked about the Outlander being a villain. And then Andrew dropped that it was a she. And he asked, can I say she? Now, a lot of people said, no, because Andrew was talking about the samurai hero first before. No, that doesn't make any sense production-wise. You don't want to jump back and forth between two topics. You want to stick to the topic in a chronological order. The samurai hero is going to be awesome, blah, 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 blah. Then there's going to be a new hero. Then there's going to be an Outlander hero. And there's going to be a villain. And she, did I say she? Like that. So I believe, I'm going to stand by this. And I'll die on this hill. Samurai hero will be male. But, Outlander hero will be female. Calling it. When will the Godzilla appear in Shogun? No. What do you think is the worst For Honor hero and the best? Okay, you can look at that in two ways. Either the best to play or the best in general. I think one of the coolest looking heroes is Lawbringer, but the best hero to play right now is either Afira or Shinobi. They're just so top tier. The worst, I think the worst hero to play in For Honor right now is Lawbringer, ironically, because he's just so effing weak. And the best and the worst hero looking overall, I would say, is... it's tough. Aramusha, I don't like that hat. Oh, Yujiro Hanma. I haven't watched Baki. It's weird the White Scars don't get more love. Yeah! No, I want to see the White Scars get more love. Just imagine they made a Kung Fu Panda and For Honor crossover. I'd rather not. That's weird. That sounds like something Rainbow Six would do. Or Fortnite. How about best and worst lore? Any of the Wulin. Pick the Wulin. The Wulin got no lore. Best lore, though? Probably the Blackbriars. Yorm is the worst? Nah, Yorm's pretty dang strong. The way Yorm can punish is pretty hardcore. Do you think Darth Vader's one of the best characters in sci-fi? Yes. Did they just give up on the Nusha rework? No, they gave her a rework. It just wasn't a lot. All right, how much time we got? We got about 12 minutes, guys. 12 minutes. What's my favorite Jurassic Park movie? The original. I really don't get the God Emperor's plan. Was he... Oh, you got on... It wasn't entirely his fault, because the Primarchs were taken away from him by the Chaos Gods and dropped on random planets, and their upbringing helped create what they were. Like, you can't blame Angron too much. The Emperor made Angron to actually be a peacemaker, but then Angron got those nails embedded in his head. Do you know the tabletop game named Bushido? Nope. I'm interested. Why are the Blackbriars the best lore? Because they're one of the only characters that I feel like has lore that has progressed steadily from when they were released. Worst sci-fi character, Rey. She's up there. Faith is willing. It's all up to you. That's why it's called Faith. Yeah. I remember them say Wulin would have more involvement in the future, but as you said, due to hate that put Wulin on the content on back burner. Yeah, I think they already planned to release John Hu, but after that they just stopped. Can you scream into the void? Into the void! I hope that pleased you. I would like a donation now, please. Angron is the saddest traitor Primarch. Yeah, he's pretty sad. I feel bad for him. His situation sucked. Really, it did. It did. Ray Sky, sorry I couldn't say it. I know, right? It's hard to say. Hey, Raymond, just got up and watching your stream. Will the developers finally fix some of the problems the players are facing still? I think they will, but, like... What problems specifically? Because that's the thing. When people say, hey, when are you going to fix the problems of For Honor? I say, which problems? Because I need to know. Like, it's kind of like one of those things where people say, hey, you need to fix racism. Okay, what examples of racism would you like me to fix? Like, I need some specifics. If you point to a problem and tell me that's a problem, I need to fix it, I'll go, okay, let's fix it. But if you just say, fix the problems, I go, what problems? Raven, what do you think about weapon effects like when For Honor does? They may have 4 event, they do. Oh, I like those. I like those more. We need the Star Wars crossover back? Yeah, we need that back. We need that back. Woohoo! Do you watch Nerdrotic? I've seen some of his stuff. Oh, $10 from said that. How did you did ask, so I shall deliver. Thank you for the $10. I really appreciate that. Like, I mean that really. Money is tight, so any donation always helps. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry, I got a message. I was checking it. Oh, I'm getting all this stuff now. Alright, fix that. Anyway. Ah, yeah, Star Wars fans rise and let's talk so much shit about Rey. That would make my day. Ha! I haven't talked about Star Wars in a while. You know, I feel like some might be over-exaggerating a bit about how much of a Mary Sue Rey is. Oh, no, she is pretty much a Mary Sue. Darn tootin'. She is one of the quintessentials. I mean, if you have evidence to the contrary, please present it, but I think we all know. How strong is Orochi now? Pretty dang strong. He's definitely A tier. Probably yes. Opinion on the Salamander Legions? They're cool, but they are very much overblown. I see them way too much and everything. We're at 158 viewers. Yes! Yes, let's keep climbing. Let's keep climbing. Come on, keep going up. Keep going up. Keep climbing. Rey had potential, I think, but the execution was abysmal. Oh, yeah. I mean, she had potential, but it just didn't work. It just didn't go over well. I got no strong opinion on Rey and Mary Sue because I don't watch Beyond the Force Awakens. Dang it, we dropped down to 156. Oh, well. We were at 160, and then it dropped. I would be cool if For Honor made, like, a Viking-themed armor set for, say, the Knights. Nah. Which I understand wouldn't make sense. Nah. But with the Varangian Guard, would have been great. Nah. Rey is Mary Sue, dude. She didn't earn it like Luke had in OT. Oh, I mean, we could get very... The live-action Kim Possible movie featured an even bigger Mary Sue. There was a live-action Kim Possible movie? When was this? My God. It's awful. Sucks the brats didn't appreciate Beowulf, but that's how it's when you're young and being forced to read. Yeah. Yeah. It's rising and driving like a damn heart monitor. I know, which sucks because the last time I did a Warriors in live stream, we had like 500 viewers. But then again, a new hero was dropping, so that's part of it. Raven Knight, do you think Ubi would bring a samurai here from the Bakumatsu period? The Manslayers. They brought the Manslayers. Hitakiri. Hitakiri is in the game. Kim Possible was fun, so I'll just ignore the live action exists. I didn't know there was a live action. I mean, if she's such a Mary Sue, why did she have trouble fighting off Snoke before Kylo killed him? Have trouble fighting off Snoke? Okay, so she had trouble fighting off Snoke. Sure, we could look at that and assume that, oh, well, she couldn't beat Snoke right away, so clearly she's not a Mary Sue. Okay, what did she do literally right after Kylo killed Snoke? Did she not save Kylo from being killed twice in the same throne room battle? Did she not get a triple kill with the Millennium Falcon while flying it? Like, I mean, you can point to one incident in the movie where she did not come out with a W. I can point to several others. I mean, you can point to one L, I can point to countless W's. And besides, part of the reason she didn't defeat Snoke easily is because Snoke set her up to be killed by Kylo. He wanted Kylo to kill her. It's not like he was fighting her. I'm pretty sure that if he said, I'll fight you myself, she'd win. Was wondering, Raven, for some of the stories I'm working on my For Honor characters, would it be fine if I make mention of some of yours? Yeah. No, that's fine. You can do that. And people got school today? Yeah, I know. Woo! Okay, guys, we're almost there. 3 minutes. Who do you think the new samurai will be? I think it'll be Stepan von Laverenchuk. Who's Snoke again? Googles it. Oh, yeah, that's the king of the United Kingdom. Either that or he's Sleepy Joe. I feel bad for the actress. Oh, yeah, I do, too. I just hate the character. Stepan Laverenchuk. Yep. Wasn't the Millennium Falcon heavily customized by Han himself? Yeah, he said that he made some customizations himself. I really want a Nagamaki sword user. That'd be cool. The triple Falcon kill makes no sense since the laser turns are beams of plasma. Blaster bolts disperse upon contact with a solid surface. Exactly! And even if you could shoot through two objects at once, what are the odds of you getting it in your first shot? I'll bet she 360 no-scoped it. Raven, what's the next legend you're brewing? Working on a Shinobi one. And after that, probably Nusha. I haven't touched Nusha in a while, and she needs one. All right, we got less than 2 minutes. So what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. What we're going to do is when the stream starts, I'm not going to go full screen yet. And the reason why is because I want to adjust the audio, make sure that the audio is working properly. Because that's always been a problem with streams where either y'all can't hear them or you can't hear me. I want to make sure that we get it right. So we won't go full screen until I know that we're good on audio. Would a samurai hero had Sai? I don't think so. Do you think that Rogue One is a good movie? I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. A cross spear? That'd be cool. All right, guys. We're at 165 viewers. Come on. Let's get to 200 at least. Come on. I'll lower my expectations. Just get me to 200. Come on. Come on, guys. Hey, do you listen to Sabaton? Heck yeah, I listen to Sabaton. Sabaton's based, man. Raven, a recommendation for future reference, bring up one of the older warriors in and use that to tune your audio. Huh, I could try that. I could try that sometime. What about the new samurai using tonfas? Nah, I don't see that either. What kind of ship would you like to see if you were in the Star Wars universe? I personally would like a Rebel X-Wing. Oh yeah, X-Wing's cool. You think Finn should have sacrificed him with the Last Jedi or no? Oh, I would have liked him to. I mean, it would have completed his character arc. If we chant 200 viewers, we may get there. I just want to see us get above this. I want to get to 200. Soldier of Heaven is a banger song. Yeah, it's great. It is great. All right, we're waiting on Ubisoft. It is their time to shine, people. All right. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm so ready. Let's rock and roll. Come on. Ubisoft, wake up. Wake up, Ubisoft. There we go. The Sword of Ashfeld. Oh, that looks so cool. That looks really cool. Wait, that's the night music. They're playing the Ashfeld original music. Oh my gosh, they're playing the original Ashfeld music. Wait, it sounds different. It sounds a little different, doesn't it? It sounds like they edited it a little bit, but it sounds nice. I like it. Dude, this looks beautiful. Now, one thing that I notice here is, and y'all can hear me, right? How's my audio, by the way? How's the audio? Yeah, this definitely, this is ooh, the music's out. Oh, what a change. Oh. What the? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, dude. Dude. What even? Dude. God, that sounds so sick. Dude, way to take the original soundtrack and edit it to be that epic. That was so good. Dude, guys, I'm so impressed with it. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to full screen. All right, there we go. That should do the trick. This is the music of a Persian army marching? Nah, this is the music of a Night Legion on the march. Dude, this is so sick. Now, okay, so I'm looking at this, and my first thought is that this looks like a callback to the beginning of the game, where we first saw the trailer with Apollyon and everything. And we see the Raider and we see the Samurai, but we don't see the Knight. So my guess is that the new hero skin is going to be that female Knight we saw in the trailer, with a very special looking sword. That is my guess. This worries me. Kind of feels like they're going back to their roots, potentially to end For Honor. No, I doubt that. I doubt that. I doubt that. I can understand the concern, but I doubt. Wait, what's going on?
We hit 35 million players.
Year 8 in For Honor. It's going to be amazing.
Okay. I guess we get to watch the trailer again.
Year 8 is called Forged in War. Under this theme, we're going to explore the most valuable asset in the world of For Honor, our weapons. Our weapons define how we fight and remind us of what we fight for.
Whether you're talking about a crafted story with lore, or maybe your own emergent story of how you brought down an enemy team while breaking in Dominion, that all begins and ends with the weapon.
For example, in Season 1, we're going to see how the Knights fight for chivalry. In Season 2, we're going to explore a samurai story. Season 3 will be about the Vikings, and Season 4, the Outlander. In Year 8, we are going to continue to bring all new battle passes at the launch of each new season. Additionally, we're going to bring a new feature called the Legacy Pass.
What's really interesting about those legacy passes is that if you weren't around at year 4 and you didn't get to experience that,
So can y'all hear me okay? We're going to use this opportunity to test my audio. How are we doing on audio? Can you hear them? Can you hear me?
Now get them. If you have
Like, let me know in chat, like, if y'all can hear everything okay.
Unlocked as it was, and it's at the level it was when the battle pass ended.
Make sure that we got that audio down right.
Pass, in Year 8, we're going to retrofit the content from the Battle Pass to the heroes that have launched.
Let me know. I want to know your thoughts.
Converted maps are a new feature that we're bringing to For Honor. Players have been asking for a long time for more.
Okay, so audio's good. All right, then we don't need to change it.
Map selection. And finally, we're going to bring 2 converted maps through the year. The first will be at the end
You're
of
loud
Season
as
1,
fuck.
and the
Oh,
second
okay.
will
I
come
guess
by
I need
the
to
end
turn
of the year.
down my audio.
Converted map is one of the topics that has been raised for years, and our team has been working very, very hard to achieve the goal.
It's not an easy process.
All right, then I need to
fix
fix
it. We have
it.
to add a new minion lane. We have to add capture points. But we're able to take a lot of the amazing content that we have in other game modes and
All right.
readapt it to have
See if that
the
works.
Dominion experience, which is what we're known for.
Try that.
I am so excited about the heroes that are coming to For Honor in Year 8.
The first will be a samurai.
Can y'all hear it better now? Is this any better?
The second will be an outlander in the middle of Season 4.
Season 2's Samurai hero will be very unique and distinct because of Samurai is aiming for the mastery, and that this mastery of the weapons are going to be the key of this new hero.
And the other, I'd say, I can reveal it's a villain, and this villain's going to have a pretty major impact.
And she will, can I say she?
So hero skins are central to Year 8. They're the ones who are wielding our legendary weapons.
All right, y'all think it
In some
sounds
cases,
good?
these legends are forged through the actions of our heroes, and in other cases, our skins may take up a weapon that's already legendary, and they're trying to live up to its name.
Val, chill
In
out,
Forged
bro.
in
I'm
War,
trying to
we're going
fix it
bring
for
at
you.
least 4 hero skins. Season 1 will feature the Knights, Season 2 the Samurai, Season 3 the Vikings, and Season 4 the Wulin.
We also have an additional hero skin coming out for the Knights in the second half of Season 1. And stay tuned for some other surprises.
Man.
There is a ton to be excited
Well,
for.
you're not
in Year
rude.
8.
Just you and Mal are overreacting a bit, I feel like.
Looking at that, make sure that whenever we play, it's fun, it's engaging, and it's fair for everyone. For Year 8, for our testing grounds, we're going to be tackling a couple of different things, try to help the overall health of the game. I'm always amazed to see how many players actually go and participate in the testing grounds. It's content that we are making for them to really help us understand what they feel the challenges are. And so we're really trying to shape the experience so that it keeps going forward to really push in that direction, right? Play the game, it feels good, and it feels better than ever.
To For Honor fans, I just want to say thank you very much for trusting us and being with us.
Check out Year 8, it's going to be amazing.
See you on the battlefield.
All right, Forged in War. Let's get started. The Sword of Ashfeld reveal. It looks like Skyrim or Elden Ring behind them. It looks
Welcome
cool.
back, Warriors. We
Hey!
are live once again from here in sunny Montreal. I'm joined by Nolan. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Brian. How are you?
I'm fantabulous.
Fantabulous?
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
man.
It is our 186th Warriors Den. today.
Dude, holy crap.
186.
That's a lot.
nuts. Yeah, so we've got a lot to go over today because this is a beefer. This one's going to be juicy. But first, we got some stuff dropping on the Twitch.
We do. We do.
You
We
got the
have
Twitch drop?
drops
You got
for
the Twitch
everybody
drop
out
now?
there. So
What?
listen, here's the thing. We got a big show today, and we don't want you to miss out on a second of that sweet, sweet content. So
I wanna
make
miss
sure
it. You don't know
link
that.
your Ubisoft
Maybe I don't
account
want
to your
it.
Twitch account, so that way, for every 30 minutes you're with us today watching, you're going to get a scavenger crate drop. And by the end of the show, we're going to pick some lucky winners to win a grand prize of 100,000 steel or the new hero. skin.
100,000
You're going to love this one for sure, hands down. So link those accounts, all right? Don't miss out.
Well, Mel, I fixed it, so
Yeah,
you
claim
should be
your
good now.
rewards- Your rewards every 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you don't get the next one. And it's always sad to see people who don't get them. But we've got a lot to go over in the show today. Among the many things that we will cover, we've got a new hero skin.
Yay.
We've got a new limited time game mode.
Yay.
We've got a free event pass.
Yay.
Throwback event.
Yay.
And a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yay.
So,
Just all the
because
yays.
we've got a lot to cover, we've got all the Year 8 details coming up, and we're going to go to that real quick after this transition. So stick around.
I'm sticking around. Year 8, Forged in War. Grr. Oh, we've got testing grounds coming up. Yes! Okay, I want to hear about that. But we got to do it all in order. All right, here we go. Year 8, Forged in War. Come on, let's talk about it. I want to hear you talk about it. I want to hear you tell different stuff. Do 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 do. I'm already getting a feel for this music. I'm already getting a feel for it. I love it. It sounds really sick. I love it. Ah! It restarted. No! Oh, we hit 220 viewers? Boom, baby! That's what I like to see. We did it. Hey, think we could get to 300 before the stream's over? I know I may
And
be.
we're back.
Oh, we're
So
back.
transition. And
I want that shirt.
The time it took to do that
I want that
transition,
shirt.
by Steph.
Give me that For Honor shirt. Stefan, give me that.
For being here on the Warriors Den today. Thank you.
Give me that shirt, Stefan.
For those of you who don't know, Steph is everyone's favorite game director.
Favorite one.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
So, Year 8. What can you tell us? It starts next week, and there's a lot in it.
Super hyped to be able to talk today about Year 8.
Talk to me.
It's an incredible milestone in For Honor's history.
Is it?
And it wouldn't be possible with all the efforts of the team and all the combat of the players over the years. So thanks to you all very much. It's been wonderful to get to this point, and I'm super hyped to be able to talk about everything we're going to show you today.
Yeah. So, let's. I think we have a roadmap to take a peek.
All right,
at
let's take
real
a.
quick.
Yeah, I already talked about the
So,
roadmap, but we'll watch it again.
We got a lot of stuff coming in Year 8, Forged in War. So, can you take us through the roadmap real quick?
Yes, of course. Forged in War is a year where we're going to explore and celebrate our weapons. So each of the seasons is going to take a picture of the most valuable asset in the world of For Honor, the weapons. First off, season 1, we're going to look at it from
We know about this.
The Knights are all about chivalry, and we're going to see that reflected in their blade and all the content through the season.
Brian loves him some carrots.
Season 2 is going to be a samurai story. Season 3 will be Vikings, and season 4 will be about the Outlanders.
Awesome.
Snubbing my Wulin. Why you snubbing my Wulin, boys?
To reveal stuff about night season today, because there's some stuff in there that players have been wanting for a while.
Should be super fun. Yeah, as you see there in the season just behind us, we've got hero skins for the Knight. In season 1, you'll see one in TU1 that we're going to show today, and then TU2's got one as well. That should be pretty awesome. Super secret.
Two hero skins in one season.
Yep,
you
pretty
spoil
cool.
me.
Season 2, we're going to have Samurai, and then of course the new hero in TU2 of season 2, and then through the rest of the year, we've got more hero skins in 3N and 4.
Bushido,
and then finally
dignified. It's the last stand of the samurai.
Like their orbital strikes.
It's
We're
pretty
just
cool.
going.
New Fortnite.
And then, yeah, exactly.
No,
The
no, no.
next
I don't think
hero
it'll be
in season
Fortnite.
4,
If it's
nothing to do with
Fortnite
that.
tier, I will cry.
Being
Okay.
one body type. And what's really cool is they will also celebrate our weapons. And as your 8th heroes, they're quite cognizant of how combat works in For Honor at this point. So they're going to be really exploring
Hold, brother.
and testing you as a player in ways we haven't quite before.
That's awesome.
I'm
looking
excited.
forward to it.
Let's do this.
So we're going to do a quick little transition real quick, and I'll be back with Stefan again, but we'll be joined by Ed to talk about some of the new features that you
Wait,
guys
Ed's going to be joining you? Not Ed, guys!
No,
Ed's
don't go
going to be
anywhere.
joining him. What? Ed, my boy! God, they're bringing in Ed. Guys, they're bringing Ben Ed. I'm so... No, Ed's my boy. Hold on. We got to see our boy Ed. Hold on. Hold on. Could you turn up their volume a little bit? Okay, hold on. There, how's that? I've literally put my volume at half volume. Who's Ed? I was joking. I was joking around. I'm a little... God, now everyone's telling me they can't hear them. Then I turn myself down. Now y'all can't hear me. I have increased my... You people. There, let's try that.
And we're back. Me and Steph are back. And Ed's here. Ed, it's been a minute since you've been on the den.
Can you hear me now? Am I loud enough now?
We were doing the pre-recorded ones.
Can't you just adjust the stream volume? I did! That's what I've been doing!
Age of lockdown, I believe. Yeah. So, let's just jump right into it. People are going...
I can't turn them up anymore. They're at max volume.
But they're very happy
Some are.
to see... Yeah, they are. To see the converted maps that we announced on the last den.
Yes.
Like, look, it is
So
at max
at a high
volume. I
level,
can't
what
turn
can you
this
tell us
up any
about,
further.
What they can expect for the converted maps.
Yeah, so no, it's great to see the reception this announcement's been getting, and I want to officialize the announcement, though most people have really figured it out at this point, but Cathedral will be the first map of our
Cathedral's the
Dominion
first map
offering.
changing. Sweet.
So I know that's a fan favorite of many people, so yeah. That'll be for Title Update 2, so don't get mad when you don't see it next week. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, but get happy when you see it in TU2.
Yes.
So I for one love Cathedral. It's always been one of my favorite maps. It's just got good energy. The vibe checks out.
Yep.
So, why Cathedral though? Because I'm sure it's not just the vibes.
You're right. But no, I mean, honestly, Cathedral was an obvious choice to go with because in the past we've experimented with this map for the past event, and you know, we added a lot to that event with like the addition of capture points, which is obviously a very important aspect for Dominion. But you know, that wasn't enough. You know, it wasn't just about throwing in a main lane with minions in there and calling it a day. There's a lot more that has to go into making giving the players that Dominion experience that they're expecting.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were.
I'm glad for it. Like, I think that Cathedral's a good map for this.
Players may or may not think about is like, parity of the map, and is everything equitable? Can everyone reach everything?
Yeah. So I gotta say, that past event wasn't the most perfectly balanced one. Like for a 2-3 week event, it was great, and but for Dominion, this is a permanent addition to the game that we're adding. It's not just a time-limited release. So we need to make sure that this is balanced to its fullest potential in the map. And because we're taking an existing map and the fundamental core of the map stays the same, so there's only really, we can add quite a bit, but there's only so much we can really change, because you have to know that this gives us a huge head start in prepping the map for Dominion. So we're not going to completely obliterate everything that's there and rework it from scratch. That kind of defeats the purpose, right? So trying to get that balance that you're mentioning, the run times from spawn to capture zones and all that, we had to just pull every trick in the book just to get that parity there. And that's what players would expect from a Dominion experience, and not have it completely unbalanced.
Yeah, because I know some of the maps we're looking at converting, they take place away from like major areas or major points of interest within the world of Heathmoor, and so taking these kind of like out of the way places like an abandoned
I know that they are talking about this now, but if it's not coming out for Title Update 2, maybe they should wait to reveal this for Title Update 2.
Poses a lot
Just saying.
of challenges. So really what goes into converting maps, so players can understand, like, it's a lot of work, guys.
Yeah, no, and that's an excellent point, because as you mentioned, we actually, here in the dev team, we refer to these non-Dominion maps as wasteland maps. And, they were initially conceptualized to literally be wastelands. They're parts on the outskirts of Heathmoor. There's no major castle structures or defenses that you would think to send your armies to protect and attack, because there's nothing of value there. So in these wastelands,
interesting.
They're ruins from like the cataclysm that happened and all that. So there's nothing to fight over in these areas. So we had to bring that Dominion aspect of having castles and structures surrounding the areas to kind of tell that story of why are we fighting over this piece of land.
That's
clever.
That's
that we brought forth.
That's clever.
And
yeah, and I know another element that's a very important.
I will talk about that. Yeah, that's cool.
To the experience of For Honor. If it's not there, why are we here? And that's the Dominion intro sequences. We don't have those for the wasteland maps.
Yeah, that's another good point, because as you guys know, every Dominion map has a little intro scene. Some are longer than others. But even if we were going to keep this one short and sweet, we still needed to have something in place that kind of tells the story of why are we murdering each other here, So, and this
guy asking the real questions right now
on the team, because some of the team members that were responsible for creating these scenes have then moved on to other projects. So we had to regain that knowledge, and honestly, we've become a much stronger team now since regaining that skill set moving forward from this point on.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it goes without saying, it's been a minute since we had a new Dominion intro, so I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to see what the team has put together. So I think there are some other challenges that we haven't touched on yet that I wanted to give you a chance to talk about.
Yeah, so like we mentioned, the runtime parodies, the intro sequences, and bringing... So the other challenge was also, as I mentioned, these wasteland maps weren't initially conceptualized for a grand scale battle to take place in them. In some of these maps, you can hear birds chirping, you see butterflies dancing around, and that's
not anymore.
Right? Yeah, no. So that's not something we want as part of the Dominion experience. So, as Apollyon would say, we brought war to Cathedral.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
see what you did.
Okay, I'm into
really
this.
It's not just about having the capture points and the minions in there. we're really giving the Dominion experience as a whole package here.
Yes,
you have
good.
your attacking armies, your defensive armies, catapults flying around and arrows, and we're really, that whole war feeling. And the sound team really brought it as well, because they had quite a bit to rework in terms of the sound around the map, because that ambiance needs to be there. So.
Yeah, like I know when people are probably writing like suggestions in Reddit threads and stuff. They're like, "Oh, we'll just do this and take that and put this on it, and like we'll be fine with it." But the reality is, like, the team really wants to deliver
absolutely,
that makes
polished,
sense.
well-rounded experience. Like, we don't want it to feel like we just went Control C, Control V, like, and then that was it. And so I know the team put a lot of work into
that is
And,
impressive.
Honestly, I want to just take a moment to shout out our tech team, our VFX team, our sound guys, our modelers and art teams. Honestly, it's a whole group effort to bring this to life, and I couldn't be prouder.
Awesome.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much for joining us and talking about the converted maps. But we've got more to talk about, because as we talked about on the last Den, and I know not all of you were here for that one, but you're here now. We announced Legacy Pass. So
Legacy
Seven,
Pass!
What is a Legacy Pass for those who weren't here last time?
Of course, thanks for the intro. We are going to continue to bring battle passes here in year 8, season by season. You're going to hear all about the season 1 later in this episode of Warriors Den. And the Legacy Pass is an opportunity for players to experience content that they've never seen if they are a new player, or have seen before, but in kind of a new aspect. So Legacy Pass here, for example, in year where were we at? It's very confusing. Year 8 season 1?
Yeah.
We're going to bring the year 4 season 1 battle pass, the Legacy Pass.
Oh.
So players will have the opportunity to experience this for maybe the first time if they're a new player. If you are a player that was here the first time, that you saw before, it's going to retain your progress. So if you made it to tier 50, you're going to start at tier 50. If you bought the battle pass before, it's already going to be purchased for you.
Yay! Excellent.
Then there's still, of course, a new tier 101. Yes. And it's going to have retrofit content from that battle pass for the heroes that have launched since that battle pass.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool.
Yes. So, for example, Warmonger, Aztec, Ocelotl, I'm sorry, the heroes that have launched since, their battle pass content will be in that tier 101. So there's something new for everyone to get.
Nice. So I just pick up where I left off. If I finished it before, there's still an interest in there to get it.
Exactly. And then that grind is not too bad either, because there's simultaneous progression.
Okay, good. There's simultaneous progression. I was worried about that. I was going to say, do we have to choose which one we sink our time and energy into?
That, you just complete your match, you'll get your rewards, and both passes will progress.
Two birds, one stone. Easy peasy.
So something cool for everybody, and at the very least, it's a new free track for you.
Yeah. So for those of you wondering about prices, the Legacy Pass will be $9.99, same as the Battle Pass. But if you get the bundle, it's free. It's the same price, so it's $25.99 in the bundle, and that comes with you get your tiers.
Nice.
You get your, all the stuff you guys are used to getting.
Yo, guys, this is pretty
as well as a
sick.
20% boost.
This is pretty sick.
It's a good deal. It's a good deal. It's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
I
love Brian. I love Brian. Brian, you're my hero, dude.
Yeah, Battle Bundle. The price is not dynamic, so if you bought the year 4 season 1 pass, you have to pick up the Legacy Pass. So yeah, but yeah, I think that covers everything, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Forward to it.
So at least on that note. So we've also got a FAQ for those of you who are wondering like about nitty-gritty details on the Legacy Pass. That'll be going up on the website today. But I think we have one other thing to talk about, right? I think there's something more.
What is it?
We're giving more of something. We're doing.
Yes.
What is?
So,
I can't
so
remember.
it's year
What
8.
is it?
It's a great time to raise the reputation level.
What?
From 17.
They're raising reputation levels?
Should be nice for everyone to
Reputation!
a little bit, especially at the match.
Yeah! I can go to reputation 80. Dude, someone let Havoc know. Havoc can now bump his warden up to rep 80. Rep 80, boys. Rep 80.
I've been. you evil man. I wanted a hot pink material this whole time, and you put it behind an 80 level rep grind.
Yeah, baby.
You're gonna get
Yeah, baby.
People are gonna know where my
Someone tell Havoc. Havoc can now have a rep 80 Warden. Let's
so
go.
you know, a lot of new stuff. We got 80 reps now. But we've also got new editions of For Honor coming out. So
What?
we worked on improving our offers for our players, and with new offers, as you just saw, comes new art.
What?
Let's pull up the list. We've got the standard edition, the gold edition, and the ultimate edition, and they're kind of more centered around hero packs and unlocking packs of heroes. Because the Ultimate Edition had been out for a long time. There were a lot of heroes that weren't included in it, so over time it wasn't as ultimate as it used to be. So we wanted to refresh those offers for players, especially new players coming into the game, to give them a little bit more diversity and choice of what they want, and just
Okay.
make the offers a little bit more up to date and a greater value. But I know that's mostly for like new players, and most of you probably own the game. I'm guessing that's why you're watching this.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, appreciate you sitting through that. But you know what will benefit everybody is starting on March 14th. You get arcade mode. You get arcade mode. You get arcade mode. Everybody gets arcade mode.
Okay,
Yes!
that's
So we're bringing
nice.
arcade
That's
mode to the
nice.
passes. That'll be on March 15th. Everybody gets it for free. We've got a huge year ahead of us. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Ed. Don't go anywhere because we have a season trailer for you, and then we will be back with all of the details.
Oh, we got to see the season trailer. Season trailer.
Check it out.
Season trailer. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to see this. Oh, dude, what?
Before the doom, when knights stood mighty and proud, there passed a sword of legend, only to the most gallant. It was meant to protect, to unite.
Oh my gosh.
But after the cataclysm, all was lost.
Oh my gosh.
In the chaos, the sword fell to me, a lone warden. I would wield it true,
No way.
to aid those in need. As for the rest, the desperate few, those who would pillage and despoil, I would fight.
Yes. 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 Oh my gosh. Dude. Yes. 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 Holy. Dude. My God. Ah, yes! Yes! Yes, dude! Dude! That was so sick! That was so sick! Oh man, hold on guys, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back, Warriors. That was an incredible trailer. It was like legit my first time seeing it too. So like I'm really excited. That's so good. I love the people who make our trailers. Like it's just it's always incredible. So it's cool. We saw a lot of really neat content there, and I think we're ready to talk about it a bit. And again, Steph, thank you for sticking around with us to dive more into that. Of
course.
It's great. And joining me on the couch as well to dig even further into these details on Year 8 Season 1, we have Andre, our game writer, and Raphael, our local historian. Hello, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, always happy to be here with you, with everybody.
Oh, well, that's so nice of you to say. Well, we're happy for you to be here as well. So, but let's dive into it. We have a lot of details in Year 8 Season 1. It's a huge season. It's absolutely packed. We're teasing a lot through these trailers and stuff, but Steph, do you want to walk us through some of the details, the nitty-gritty? What are we getting into?
Absolutely. So let's introduce to Year 8, Season 1, The Sword of Ashfield. So this is our opportunity to explore what does
Okay, I'm back.
what does your
Sorry.
weapon mean to the knights?
I've been holding it for like 30 minutes and I couldn't hold it anymore. I'm sorry.
These guys are going to talk
All right, I'm back.
about it. More we'll talk through the show.
Dude, that was so awesome. I was losing my mind.
So let's check out what all the content means.
Yes.
All right, let's see.
I can't wait. So title update 1. That's March 14. In just a short week from now. Of course, we're going to bring a new battle pass.
Obviously.
to celebrate
New battle pass,
the-
cool.
The knights, all this kind of stuff. We're going to bring.
Like, I'm almost in tears right now. That was so cool. The music was fire. The visuals were fire. The hero skin is fire. I was like, dude, what even? God, that was so good. Is that Ruth? God, she looks like Ruth, doesn't she?
With Chivalry, of course, we're going to use this opportunity to also bring a bit of nostalgia that also Andre is going to talk about, but really fulfill the promise that was in the initial trailers of For Honor, Knight versus Samurai versus Viking. You're going to get the chance to experience that for yourself and any other combination you like, of course. March 14, we're not done with that yet. Warden Hero Skin. You saw the Unsung Knights, and Andre's going to give you the backstory, and others going to talk about and show the skin. So look forward to the rest of the Warriors 10. We've got a testing grounds with anti-gank. JC, I think, is going to give the rundown on this, as well as some balancing.
Testing grounds with
We've got
anti-gank.
Hero Fest on the
So the testing grounds is just meant to help with anti-gank?
18th. Look forward to these. And, of course, a throwback event later in the title update, which will be right at the Champions.
Nice. And that's
Wait,
just
there's no hero. There's no Hero Fest in title
Got a whole
update
other
too.
half of
Oh
the
wait, there are. I see them now.
Already
Okay, I
on
missed them.
the
I missed them.
They do have
Fair
those.
enough.
One new hero skin again that will go into the Knights gang. You're going to see some new navigation animations, maybe some other stuff. So really look forward to this. I know everyone backstage is super hyped and so on. So
Yeah, that does look like an older Ruth. Like imagine Ruth like in her late 30s or 40s. Like that feels like Ruth in her older years. I know it's not, but God, that was. I'm almost in tears, guys. That was so beautiful. That brought back all my love for Honor right there. That the original love for Honor I had when this game started. That just all came flooding back to me. I was like, dude, oh my gosh, this is my favorite season, and we haven't even started it. I am so excited for this.
It'll be a great new opportunity for variety for players. So can't wait. New armor variations. These are for the Knight and the Vikings. We've got a throwback event kicking off the season. Or kicking off the title update, I'm sorry, and then 3 new Hero Fests, as we like to do through the title update, and another throwback event later in the title update.
Wow. Yeah, so absolutely stacked.
All right, let's hear the lore. I wanna hear the lore.
But I keep losing count. My math is terrible. But if I had to measure that, I'd say it's a lot of content. So I think that's a pretty reasonable metric there. So
something for everyone to enjoy.
Something for everyone. Absolutely. I think that rings very true. Very true. So thank you, Steph, for that. So, as we go a bit deeper then into this season, we've talked about being a bit more Knights, big throwback to, our original, launch trailer. Andre, do you want to share with us, the lore? What is the lore behind all of this, the story behind
Let's hear it.
Season? Let's get into it.
Okay.
So the inspiration for this season was the original story trailer from 2016. So the one with 3 heroes fighting over a puddle of water. That's why we're big on the nostalgic factor, as Stefan mentioned. We really wanted to go back to our roots and tell a story that felt timeless to the world of For Honor. So that's why we're set post-Cataclysm. It's a dark time. It's a chaotic time where our heroes are fighting for resources. So this is really vintage For Honor that we're talking about.
And I love it. I love it.
In the immediate struggle to survive, you have many heroes that have also kind of forgotten their values because they're really just trying to survive themselves right now. One big exception is our hero skin, so the Unsung Knight. She is a lone warden that still fights to protect the weak, still fights to protect the good. And others think that, this is kind of a crazy, controversial thing to do again because, again, this is like a survival of the fittest time right now. Many people are just fighting for themselves. And the reason that she's fighting selflessly is because she wields a very special sword. This sword really embodies the values of chivalry because it traces back to an empire of knights that were known for their chivalry. They were known for protecting the weak. They even passed this sword down through a succession of knights to only the most gallant, as you heard in the trailer there. And this line has continued unbroken all the way to our hero skin now, but that line is just holding on by a thread post-Cataclysm. And there's even a legend associated with the sword that one day would come to be wielded in a dark time to unite the common people under one banner once more. If you haven't figured it out, this is our first legendary weapon of Year 8, and it's called Valor's Edge.
Nice. Super cool. So we're in the darkest time right now.
I don't know if we'll call it the darkest time. Yeah.
To be fair, we've had a lot of...
Post-Cataclysm is always pretty dark, yeah.
It's kind of a whole sequence of just dark millenniums there, which is...
Yeah, it's just the whole thing is pretty dark.
Yeah, fair
That
enough.
looks really good,
yeah,
actually.
I mean, what better time than right now for this sword to show back up? And again, you talked about this, the hero skin a bit. You started hinting at it. Do you want to go into a bit more detail on the skin itself?
Yeah, so this is a skin that's long been requested by the community, and with good reason. It is our knight from that story trailer, from that original 2016 trailer, fighting a Viking, fighting a samurai. So we figured this is a perfect hero for a nostalgia season because it's a hero that we're all familiar with, our fans know her, but we've never heard her story until now. So that's why she's called the Unsung Knight. And unlike the relic heroes who were mythologized and then forgotten and rediscovered again, nobody knows her story whatsoever. There's no record of it whatsoever. So she really saves Ashfeld, but anonymously. So she's not unlike many of those unknown warriors that have really shaped the course of human history, maybe, saved their nations in the shadows. Nobody ever heard about them. They never became famous for it. And if you want to know more about the Unsung Knight and where did she get her sword, after all, if they're all gone, these knights, where did she get it? Our short story answers that. So the Squire is what it's called. All 3 parts will be available at the launch of the season,
Okay.
March 14th.
I'll be reading that.
You'll get your answers there, but I will say you won't get all your answers this season. We do retain quite a bit of mystery, such as the nature of this empire, how it fits into the wider For Honor lore, and so there's a lot of clues there for my lore junkies to ferret out. And
it's me.
Yeah, like you.
Like
yeah.
me, yeah.
And I invite you to check it out, March 14th.
Cool. That's awesome. Can't wait to read it. Thank
I'm
you
so
much,
excited.
for those extra
And the
details.
story sounds good. Like, this actually sounds pretty good.
Incredible too. I remember, the first time we had talked about it, internally about wanting to do this and realize it. There's a lot of questions about it, but seeing it for the first time.
No, I'm genuinely interested in the story. This actually sounds pretty decent. It sounds like something I'm in love with. The lone warrior passed down of a legacy. I like that. I'm interested.
Next week, March 14th, it'll be available to all players for Steel, 25k Steel.
Okay, for those who are curious, what they're saying is that this right now it's taking place in the old days of For Honor. Like, this isn't Horkos Chimera days. This is post-Cataclysm days of For Honor.
A bit more map realization, things that kind of went into having this nostalgic feel in the maps. Raph, as our historian, would you help us understand the history of how this map realization came about?
Yes, the lore of the game, let's say, and not really history in that case.
It's art history.
Yes, it's the most important history, I would say.
I think so, yeah.
So absolutely, you're right. We did a lot of map realization for this TU, for this title update. So to go with the game event, the time-limited game event that we'll be talking about a bit later, the art and the event teams went together.
This looks so good.
Managed to create this map realization from a map that is called Canyon. And from there, they took inspiration from the original trailer, the 2016 trailer, and they put together this new map realization to put on top of Canyon. This, you will see, is quite a lot of work. It's quite a lot of new content because the changes are quite dramatic.
Yeah.
Quite remarkable. I almost cannot recognize the old Canyon map actually under all of that map realization.
Dude, please keep this map.
This means level design, because you have to make the arena large enough but not too large to make sure that you can get in and all of that. It's also a lot of level art because when we do map realization, we're trying to tell a story. To
This is
tell
such a good brawler
narrative,
dueling map.
to
Keep this
convey
map,
emotion,
please. It would be a great map to keep. Please,
visually.
please.
And in this TU, of course, our objective, the narrative we're trying to tell you is one of nostalgia. Nostalgia is a feeling of loss, a feeling something was great, but it is not there anymore. It is really at the art of For Honor, of course. We've been telling a bit of that in our post-apocalyptic world for 8 years now. So yeah, you will see wherever you look on the map, you will see this story being told to you. You have the aqueduct, marvel of the ancient world, that would bring in fresh water on kilometers, but now the marvel of the ancient world has crumbled, and now you have the descendants of the people who built that. Now they are fighting over a puddle of muddied water. That's all that's left of the fresh water that their ancestors would bring. They are literally fighting for the scraps of the old world. You have ruins that are full of grass, and the only thing that's there anymore is the phantoms of the past. You have a small cove that might have been a bustling port, but now the only thing that's left of the armadas of yesterday are a shell of a boat, and there isn't even any water in the port, because, well, it's only a parched dry land. So yeah, everywhere you look, you will see this nostalgia, and really I cannot commend enough our colleagues from the event team especially.
Guys, please don't make this limited time. Keep this map. Keep this map in rotation. It is gorgeous.
So it's great to listen to you express that and tell that. It's such a timeless story, as you were saying. So really cool stuff. And to kind of continue on with that nostalgia vibe too. Some of you I saw in the chat, you're already kind of picking this out, enjoying some of the music you're listening to. Well, we thought it would be great to also do some amazing throwbacks to when the game launched. And so for this season, this title update, we're going to bring back the original menu a bit too, so you get that sense.
Oh my gosh, you brought back the original. Oh.
The original face-off as well. So again, nice throwback to when we first launched. The war map as well, and classic minions too. So
they're bringing it all back. Oh, full on retro. I love it.
And when we talked about that music, you might have picked it up, but we did do a re-recording inspired by the original music track, which, if I'm right, I think most people consider to be the best For Honor music that we've had. So if you liked that, you're gonna love this, and it sounds incredible. So for that, that'll all be live for that 3-week event coming up when we launch on March 14th. So very cool. So thank you all very much. Thanks for sharing the details, the deep lore, the amazing history going on, and all this realization, and just this amazing throwback to these 3 classic peeps right here. So much appreciated. And if you want to learn some more about that game,
$4.99 from Roselle. That's going to be my puddle of water. Oh, bring it on! I'm taking that puddle.
Stick around. You're not gonna want to miss that. So we'll be right back. Thanks again, guys.
For having us.
Dude, I am... Okay. I'm a little moved right now. I'm honestly a little moved right now. This is bringing back so much for me. For those of you who are new to For Honor, it probably doesn't mean nearly as much to you, but seeing this, bringing back that original For Honor feel, oh gosh, I'm loving it. And please, this map that you're using for this, keep it, Ubisoft. No, hear me, please, hear me. You put so much energy into that map, and it looks gorgeous. It would be downright stupid to not keep that as a permanent map. Keep it as a duel or brawl map. If you need to make some minor tweaks to it, do so. I won't mind, but please, that is such a good map. Don't get rid of that. Please do not get rid of it. We love it. The community, stand with me on this, please. We gotta keep that. My goodness. All right, so we're talking about the new game mode. I want to hear about this. curious what they're gonna do. They must be really switching out people. They're taking a while to get to this. Now, who is the second Night Skin then? We won't see that until Title Update 2. We gotta wait until Title Update 2. I have no idea who it'll be. Oh, maybe it'll be the Lord Warden. Maybe the Lord Warden came back. That'd be kind of cool. Or it's Stone. You never know. It could be Stone come back. Or no, it's Davis. Davis is back. The second hero skin is going to be Davis. I know we thought he died, but Davis is back, baby. Okay, guys, we've waited enough. It's time for you to move on. Come on. My death.
Welcome back, world.
Hey!
Today, because now we
Oh, I
finally
want
get
that
to
shirt
talk
too.
about this
That's a
brand
nice
new
shirt.
game mode coming up, and who better to help me with that than our Lord and Savior JC is back.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to all my fans in chat. I've been reading the chat beforehand. I love it. It's great.
You love JC. We love JC. A lot of love for JC. We love it. It's amazing. Yeah, I especially like some of the Reddit memes too with the
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was
that
so
was
good.
really awesome.
Yeah, I'm loving it. So, and also joining us on the couch, Catherine as well from our UI team. Welcome, Catherine.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for being here. You know, again, we have a lot to talk about with this this new limited time game mode event. It's very exciting. So let's just dive into these details.
All right,
JC, you want
let's
to
hear
kick
it.
things off?
All right, so it's already been kind of spoiled, but it's okay.
It's okay.
So this new mode is called Last Hero Standing, right? So as you've been seeing a little bit in the trailers and stuff, people have been talking about it. It is a 1v1v1 game mode, right? It's a free-for-all. It's a big callback to what we had in the trailer for at launch. You know, where you had that warden, that Kinsey.
Oh, that's kinda cool. I like the
fighting
setup.
over, resources. So it's a big callback to this. We really wanted to keep that feeling of, yeah, there's that war going on between those three heroes. You can pick anybody you want, of course. You know, it doesn't have to be that, but it's still super cool. We had a ton of fun doing this. Like while we were like testing on the floor, it was amazing. It's gonna be available from March 14th to April 4th. If I can read the notes right.
What was that move that Warden just did? Is Warden getting a rework?
3 players, round-based, kind of like what we have in duels, for example. The first player to win 3 rounds wins the match, and then it's literally, well, the first one to win.
What?
Right, so you have to
Warden
beat
got a
the
new
players.
move, people. Warden got a new move. What
Very
is
important part
this?
as well, it is solo.
What is this?
And only in matchmaking. We're trying to make this like as easily accessible as possible. I know some players want like some specific things with this, so play it as much as you want. It should be super cool. And I know, like, I remember when we were playing it like on the floor and stuff. Like it's super interesting, right? Because it really feels different. It's familiar, but it's different. Having that third player that you fight against makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but we were playing this with Andrew. That you've seen, that people know who Andrew is at this point, but
Sneaky
Andrew
guy.
is like super sneaky, hiding in a corner, trying to do stuff. tries to lull you into a false sense of security. Yeah, let's go gank this person, then turns around and kills you. Always super
Guys,
fun. But honestly, it's a lot of fun.
I'm
It's a
scared.
very interesting game mode. A blast playing.
I'm scared. I'm so excited, but I'm also scared.
Absolutely same here. It was a ton of fun.
What's Havoc gonna say? What's Havoc gonna say when he sees this?
A chance to play it. It'll be live for 3 weeks.
His baby boy's getting a
but,
change.
You know, that's the high level of the mode, but there was honestly like a lot of work went into just making this a reality. And Catherine, I know a lot of that was on your side too. Which is, can you help walk us through like what went into bringing this to life?
Yeah, why is the UI girl here to talk about game mode? It is basically.
I didn't want to say that, but I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of technical implications into adding a third player, which is essentially adding a third team, if I want to say it, For Honor. And just if you think about our menus will bring forward what's behind, so our entire menu was always attackers versus defenders, team 1 versus team 2. So when the game design team were like, hey, you remember that trailer we wanted in a game mode and we had wanted a third person, it's like, cool, breaking every UI screen. Let's go, bro. So that meant a lot of work, but also we tried to balance it out in a way that we didn't have to refactor every menu screen or anything because we wanted it to feel familiar. Especially for like a time game mode event, you don't want to go into a menu and figure out like where do I go to pick my hero. We wanted to keep it very clean, but have this idea of the triangle, like the fact that you don't have two opponents against you. You have two opponents that also face each other. So we think these subtle changes that we made for the hero pick, the lobby, and also the face-off, like even the face-off.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do a custom face-off because we were bringing back the nostalgia of the look and feel. So we wanted to just.
I'm just listening. I know I've been quiet, but I'm just kind of like, this is too interesting.
Yeah. Like it really feels like you're looking at this, right? And they're not teamed up together at all. So you really get that feeling of I'm playing against two other people that are also fighting each other. That's great.
Exactly. But also, adding a third team means changes to our team identification system, which is dynamic because I don't know if players have noticed, but yourself, you're always blue, and the opponents are always orange. So now we needed to add a third opponent that's going to be purple, and that third opponent needs to always be purple. So it's a very dynamic thing. We needed to add a new icon because like attackers, defenders, they have icons, things like that, and I think it works out well.
If they add a fourth, it'll be
where
green.
You see a lot of the major change is in the HUD, the heads-up display. So that little widget at the top of the screen that we internally call the team versus had to be redesigned to accommodate this third person that's going to come and possibly gank you and possibly feed revenge. Who knows?
Did we see the Afira icon? Hold on. When it comes back, I'll take a look.
And also that design, we wanted to focus really to make it clear. The round tracking needed to be clearer. So this is very important because first to three that wins. When, like we explained, there's fleeting alliances and possible ganking.
Trust no one.
Trust no one.
So
not even yourself.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
So the changes to that and the subtle changes to the scoreboard are all about tracking your rounds.
Yeah. Let me see the Afira icon again. Hold on.
Easily know if you're winning or losing. And then my favorite part is something that we have in Brawl that we don't have in Duels is that we have the podium.
Whoa, that is weird. That is weird.
Where you win the actual puddle.
That was weird.
Like the trailer, and that's my favorite part.
Somebody fought real hard to have a puddle there. I wouldn't say who, but it's Catherine.
There were many meetings about that.
Yeah.
More than you might assume we'd have. A lot of discussions about the puddle, but But I'm glad it's there.
Yeah. So a big thank you to my colleagues from Gameplay, from Online, our UI programmer Michel that worked with me on all of this. It was a big.
Guys, this is so cool. This is so cool.
Happy how it turned out. I think we found a great balance of getting that nostalgia and building new things where we needed new things.
Yeah, that's great. And I really want to make sure like we thank the whole team, everybody that's worked super
Oh,
hard
that
on this.
skull is probably showing where the new
Especially this would
Outlander is
not
going
have
to
been
end up because they
possible
haven't released a new Outlander yet, so
specifically
that's
without
probably
you,
where the new
so
Outlander is
Thank you
going to
very
end up.
much. A ton of people worked on it, and like from Gameplay, from code, from like UI, like you, like a lot of like moving pieces had to be kind of put together for this to properly work. It might sound simple on paper, okay, just had a third team, or hey, it's a Guardian, whatever. but it's not that simple. So there's a lot of complexities behind it, and I'm
yeah,
super
I like this
excited.
game mode. Please
And I
keep
wanna
it,
see
guys.
people-
This is
I'm gonna
great.
look
This is
at
really
our
cool.
data.
People will
I
play
wanna
this.
see
People will
playing
play
this
that game
all
mode.
day, every day.
Yeah.
I want to see it. It's amazing. It's super fun. I think because one of the things people might not know is that like a lot of the times we play stuff the entire floor, the entire dev team, right? And
Chances the Warden
from
Trains will
my
be in the
memory,
testing
I've been here
grounds.
for
I don't
6.5
know. Maybe.
years-ish.
Or maybe they'll
This
release
is
them
the
live because they're
loudest
showing
I've
the
heard the
Warden
floor
moves
a
in this new
long
game
time.
mode, so
We were
maybe it'll
playing
go
this, and it
live.
was hype. We're like everybody was screaming. It was
Screaming
so
at
much
each
fun.
other across the
Yeah.
floor, like,
It
"You
was amazing.
ganked
Honestly,
me!" He's like,
It's-
"Yes, I did."
It's so much fun. Like alliances, people are getting mad at each other, all sorts of good stuff. It was a lot of fun. So I'm really hoping that everybody plays it quite a bit, enjoy it, have fun, and give us feedback too. Who knows? Maybe there's things that can be better, things that can be worse. I don't know. So let's see how it works.
We want 'em. But yeah, no, it's great though, and again, thank you. And again, like it feels good. So Catherine, thank you to you and your team for everything on that. And so look forward to that. Again, limited time game mode event from March 14th through April 4th. On top of that too, if you're playing along that time, we're going to have a free event pass also available. So again, completely free. It's going to line up nicely with the new battle pass, the new
This new
Legacy
game
pass,
mode needs to stay, please.
So you're going to get a chance to unlock some cool new outfits, new mood effects there. We have a new battle outfit.
Oh, look at
Unity.
wow.
So that's looking pretty slick right there.
Wow, that
we
looks
also
really
have
good.
A new ornament, Golden Unity. So a lot of Unity here, which is great. And a new mood effect, Knights United. So
hey,
call back to the night
looks
season
cool.
going on here. So it's okay. We'll let Shigoki have that one. And we have also some new weapon sets too in honor of this event going on. So you'd be able to loot these as well. And we're just doing a little sneak peek here, but you'll see more of these weapon sets in a little bit after the transition here. So yeah, I think that covers about it for this segment here. So there it is, folks. Look forward to that next week. It's going to be great. JC, thank you so much for being here to talk about.
Yay,
that.
thank you,
Catherine,
JC.
to you
Thank
as
you,
well.
Catherine.
Again, it's going to be so much fun. Really looking forward to it next week. So good stuff.
Yeah.
So everybody at home, stick around because we're going to be back to talk more about some upcoming cosmetics for this
After
season.
we go fight all three of us together.
The three of us, yes.
You
Yes,
three are
that's
gonna
what-
fight. I give it all to JC.
We'll be
JC
right
will
back.
waste them. I guarantee it. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's look at the sword. So these weapons are the limited time event weapons. So let's see. Warden sword looks good. I like it. Peacekeeper. Centurion. Gladiators isn't bad. The shield could be better though. The shield could be a bit better. I think they're trying to make these look, again, kind of nostalgic. I think they're trying to go for a nostalgic feel. Nice one for Warmonger. Nah, I'm not a fan of Griffins. I mean, it's fine, but I'm not a fan. Ew, no, Lawbringers. That looks terrible. That looks awful. That should just be a spear. Ew, Conqueror, no. That flail looks awful. That should be, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. I'm not a fan of the flail. I'm not a fan of the flail. Next, Vikings. Let's see the Vikings. Ew, Raider, what is that? That looks weird. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. Berserker, okay. I'm kind of liking the hook design on the Berserker ones, though. I like the hook design. I've always liked the smaller axe heads. Highlanders, I'm not a big fan of that one. Shamans is actually okay. I like the head of the axe. That one looks okay. Oh, I like Yorms. I like Yorms. It actually looks kind of nice. I like Yorms. Varangian? Not my cup of tea. I like what I have for my Varangian. Thank you very much. Valkyrie. Oh, okay. I like the lining around the shield. That looks kind of nice. And the spear looks clean. I tell you what. No, Warlord sucks. Warlord's terrible. Go away, Warlord. I don't like it. They're simple, but they're good. I like the simplistic. I'm a simple guy. Kensei's is fine. Kensei's is fine. Orochi's is kind of on the same wavelength. It's fine. No, go away with that shinobi crap. That looks awful. Terrible looking comma. Get that out of here. Aramusha? No, I'm not a fan of Aramushas. Hitakiri's? No, I'm not a fan of that one either. Oh, Kyoshin's is okay. Nobushi's is fine. Nah. Shugoki's isn't that good. Tiandi's is okay, I guess. It's fine. Nothing terrible, but just fine. Shaolin. No, I don't like Shaolins. No. Nisha's, I don't know. I don't know if I like Nisha's. It's not bad, it's just not good either. Oh, JJ's ain't bad. JJ's is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. John Hughes is pretty basic, but I expected that. Alright, now let's see the Outlanders. Ooh, P-Rat. Your sword looks like a knife, sir. Trade that out. Medjai. Oh, okay. Not terrible. I've seen worse for Medjai. Not terrible. I like how clean it looks. Aphira? No. Lose that shit. Give me something better for Aphira. Give me something better. Try it again. Ocelotl? No. Do better. Do better. Give me something better for Ocelotl. They don't look terrible. They could just be better, you know? I think what I like about this set is how clean they look. They look very clean and shiny, and that is nice. But some of them do look very basic. I'm not a fan. Like the Warlord one especially. I'm like, no, do better. Like, you could do better. All right. Let's see the cosmetics. Please tell me Valkyrie's showing her face. Please. Brian, if you're listening to this, Brian, show Valkyrie's pretty face. Show it to us. We want to see it. We want to appreciate the lovely look.
Back. I'm back. Nolan's back. We're all back. You guys are back.
You're back.
Year 8, Season 1, we're going to talk some cosmetics. We're going to be talking about everything that makes you beautiful, baby.
Ooh, you think I'm beautiful, Brian? Well, you flatter me.
Upcoming season.
Oh, wow.
Legacy Pass with some retrofitted items. So let's go over the Battle Pass, which is available starting on March 14th. So we've got, we've talked a lot about seasonal narrative so far in the show, so you'll see that represented.
The Battle Pass looks, this outfit looks pretty cool.
Offerings for the Battle Pass that kind of struggle over resources, ruined world, as well as like the knights struggle for their values of chivalry and honor and, defending the weak and all of that right before they led you.
It's an honorable leg.
Sorry.
Yeah, all those callbacks to the original trailer of the three warriors fighting over scraps from the table. So some of the items from the Year 8 Season 1 Battle Pass we've got 2 battle outfits. Do we have assets for these? Here we go. We've got an ornament, archaic chivalry.
Oh, I love that ornament.
Archaic rivalry.
That's cool.
As well as
what the?
Effect, the archaic Kensei.
The archaic Kensei.
Sorry, this is Kensei.
I like it.
I do want to call out, these do actually match your color palette.
Oh, look at that.
I know. Right. I know there was a thing.
The archaic raider.
I said the wrong thing. That was my bad. I was thinking about this, and so we were like, I was like, yeah. No, it's color palette. It's color palette.
Yeah, it's fine.
But no, this one actually color palette. Promise.
You can quote him on it. Yeah.
Promise. If I'm wrong, I'll do.
Whoa! What? Do that again. Do that again.
Yeah,
no.
So
do that again.
Matches color swatch. We've got an execution field of chaos here.
What the hell?
Coming up.
No way.
There's a lot of stuff in this battle pass. This is a big old list.
It's a pretty
big old list.
Oh my gosh.
That's not all. Wait, there's more. We've got a weapons sneak peek.
Oh my gosh!
To show you, we've got the weapons, the archaic Hrauster for the Varangian, and the other sneak peek here is the Ocelot and their archaic.
Dude, I'm in love.
So
I'm in love.
Nice
oh my gosh, this season.
Tepostopoli and the Makwa Wheat, there, all chromed out. Well, not chromed, but all steeled out. All steeled out. So yeah. But moving on to the first. Oh, what's up?
I was just saying, you think I'm just gonna ignore the fact you're flexing your native Nwatu?
Bruh, I didn't spend a week everywhere I went, sitting in the back of Ubers, just being like Makwa Wheat, to not flex it.
Fair
I
enough.
put in the work. I earned it. So, moving on, first ever Legacy Pass that we'll have. I just love this key art, but the Year 4 Season 1 Legacy Pass will be available at the start of Year 8 Season 1, which again, if you haven't memorized it by now, it's March 14th.
March 14th.
Yay, March 14th.
But what's in Legacy Pass, Nolan?
Yeah, so we've mentioned it a few times, but just to kind of like reiterate quickly, this is just the idea that we're bringing back some of the original battle passes. They're going to be available kind of like season per season. So
How is
every
this our
season
favorite
one,
season? It's
gonna
not
have
even
the
started.
full season
Already it
one,
looks so
and
dope.
Then, in subsequent seasons, we're going to kind of
Did this
follow
man
that
grab a
cadence
spear,
as
thrown him,
well.
and stab the other guy with
So
it?
we're
Yes.
going to, again,
Yes,
be
he
able to
did.
take some of this amazing content that we had created back on these battle passes and make sure that all the new heroes can have that content as well. So again, the progress is simultaneous. If you already had that battle pass in the past, you made progress on it, you don't lose anything, you just keep going from where you left off. And if you even finished it, there's a tier 101 that's going to have like all the retrofit content for every hero that's been released since. So it's a lot. But yeah, so that's the big thing on this too, is we want to make sure that none of the new heroes are left out of this, so the retrofits are made for the new heroes as well.
I'm looking forward to that. There's been some content I've needed.
I'm excited too, guys.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
So that'll be going on there. I think we have a Legacy Pass retrofit video.
Yeah.
Or is that what was just playing? Okay, they nailed it. Max was on it. I was in my own little space there, which is most of the time. It's
Hey,
me
we'll see.
most of the time.
Well, here it is again.
But yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff coming. We got a battle outfit, the Herald of Wyverndale. As you can see here on the lovely Warmonger, as well as the mood effect that comes with that here on everyone's favorite Magi.
Dragons.
Yeah. Favorite of one, right? As Steph said. So we've also got returning the Dainsleif Execution. And this will also go to the Outlanders as well. And then we've got a bunch of signatures coming at you. The first of which is Lethay's Fate. Yep. So you can get your sig on, turn into some stone there. So yeah, we've also got
cool.
the Don's Mane, I think is how you say that. So that'll be great. And then Otohime's Tail shown here, as well as the Demidgeron's Bloodstone, which you can see Aphira showing off there. So we want to put that little bit of red on there for the Outlanders, so you know it's not the same as everybody else. As well as here you can see Magi doing the Demidgeron's Bloodstone, and also Ocelot as well.
Yeah, and this was actually something that was really important for us too. Is when we released the very first battle pass, if you remember, these signatures were unique for every hero at the time. So we actually wanted to go back through and again.
Oh, cool!
For the
Cool, I
heroes
like
that were
that.
released since then, so that's why you see all those like really cool new assets there.
Look forward to it. We've also got a little sneaky peeky here of some of the weapons. We've got Griffin showing off the Wyverndale leader stuff there. But that's not all. We got more coming.
There's
We got
more?
coming in the show.
I'm just like,
That's the
like, how many more cosmetics do we have? No.
My God.
I'm trying to wind the segment down.
Oh, I
so
see,
we can get
I
to
see.
the next one. 'cause
That makes sense.
It's patch notes with our Lord and Savior.
It is true.
Yeah,
It is true.
we're about to go to church for honor. So
We're
stay
going to
here for the next
church?
segment. We'll
Brian,
do patch
you're
notes
talking to the
with
man
But
here.
First, take a look at the complete battle pass weapons. They're pretty. They're gorgeous. Max, take the camera off me, please.
All right, let's see him. All right. Oh my gosh, Wardens looks amazing. I want that sword. Give me that. That looks amazing. Peacekeepers looks good. Okay, I love that one. Okay, next. Centurion's good. Okay, I like that. It's good. Wow, Gladiator's shield looks tight. I like that. Oh, Prior. Oh, Prior, baby. I love it. I love it. I want it. I want it. I'm having it. Okay, all right, sweet. Okay, Warmonger's actually looks good. I like the Thorny Wave. Oh, Griffin, what an... Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I even like the Lawbringers. What? That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Conks? No way. Look at... Okay, all the knights are bangers. All the knights are bangers. All the knights are effing bangers. I want all of these. All of these are going on my heroes. Every one of them. My God. Okay, next. Raiders looks good. Okay, Raider. I like that. I like the head. That's a good one. Next. Okay. Oh my gosh. Even Berserker. I didn't think I'd like Berserker. Oh man. That looks great. Highlander. Dude, Highlanders looks awesome. Highlanders looks awesome. Shaman. I like. Dude, this is sick. This is absolutely sick. Yorm. Yorm looks good. Varangian. Okay, all these are awesome. Every one of these are awesome. Okay, Valkyrie Spear not as good. Valkyrie Spear not quite as good. Oh my god, Warlord. Warlord, that looks so amazing. Look at Warlords. Oh my, another set of bangers. Samurai, you can't top that, right? Okay, Kensei's is pretty good. Not gonna lie, Kensei's is pretty good. Pretty good, okay, okay. Orochi's is okay. It's not bad, but I don't like that serrated edge there. Okay, Shinobi's actually looks pretty tight. I usually don't like Shinobi's, but Shinobi's is pretty tight. Oh, Aramusha looks good. I like the thickness of the blade. And the pattern looks good, the white and black. Yo, Hitakiri looking good. Hitakiri's got a good set here. Kyoshin, what? Dude, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Nobushi looks fine, but the blade could be a little bit more curved. And the Kanaba, oh, Shugoki's looks great. Dude, these look so good. These look so good. Okay, Wulin. What's the Wulin got? What's the Wulin got? Oh my god. Tian D. Oh my lord, Tian D's looks good. Tian D's looks epic. Next, come on. Shaolin, you're next, right? Oh, look at Shaolin's. What? That is epic. Nush's is all right. I'm not. It's not my favorite, but it's all right. That looks pretty good. Zhongjun, what the hell? That looks so good. That looks so good. Oh, and even Zanhu got a great one. What is happening? Dude, what is this? These are all so... Okay, you can't... Outlanders. What do the Outlanders get? We got to see this. Okay, I love the Pirate's pistol. The Pirate pistol looks really good there. That is good. The Pirate did well here. Medjai... Oh my gosh. Medjai's is good. Look at that. That is excellent. Oh, Afira's is good too. Okay, Afira got a nice shield, and I like the mace design. And then... Oh my... That's my new favorite Ocelotl. Ocelot with the Jaguar head and everything. Guys! These weapons slap! Dude, I'm getting the battle pass 100%. I know I always do, but now it's like, dude, I can't not get it now. These are so effing good. Every one was good. Even the worst ones were baller. This is so good. This is so epic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, now we're moving on to patch notes. Dude, that's tight. That's tight.
Welcome back, Warriors.
All right, let's hear the patch notes.
That was a really cool weapon segment. I love those weapons.
They look so good.
Yeah, I love the Makwitl. Yeah, that's right, Brian.
I'm not even trying to pronounce that. It doesn't work.
I practice too, though.
Makwito! Makwito!
Not the only one who practiced, Brian. Okay.
Brian!
But yeah, JC, welcome back. Thanks for coming back.
I'm happy to be back.
Well, good, because we have some patch notes to talk about today, right?
So there's a couple of things we're gonna go first, right? So we gotta have a word on what we're gonna be doing in the patch notes. So we have Peacekeeper and Medjai reintegration.
Okay.
Highlander, unfortunately, did not make it in this time. It is not for lack of want. It is complex hero to work on, and so one of the things I want to make sure is clear for everybody, because I know it is for us. But whenever we do a testing ground, so the work involved in creating a testing ground is massive. It's a lot of work. You know it quite well.
I'm aware.
And so once we do actually go into testing grounds, when we come back, we have to make a lot of decisions. What do we keep? What do we, if there's things we keep or get rid of, and then we have to reintegrate the data, right? So it sounds like it might just be, hey, yeah, it's a click and it's done, but it really isn't a click. So we're able to get Peacekeeper and Medjai
great. In time, that's good. But we have to keep in mind that we have to redo bots, we have to redo tactics, a bunch of different things. And so because of that, like we want to take a little bit more time with Highlander, make sure everything was great, going great functioning order. So Highlander will
You like
be
Ruth's
coming,
hero skin?
for year 18.
Yeah, Ruth got a hero skin. Yay.
In the meantime, you can have Peacekeeper and Magi. Great stuff. Highlander next to you. And the other thing I want to mention, because if people are wondering, did you know this is live? I think we're live, right?
We're live, yeah.
Right? So because I've been seeing people think like we're recorded and stuff. So let me prove to you that this is live. A lot of people have been seeing some things in the trailer about a certain move that Warden has been doing. In that
Warden!
It's a little bit of an Easter egg for things that are coming in your future. Not this to you, so don't freak out about it
Manage
just yet.
expectations, yeah.
But it is coming, so it's going to be really good. Okay. So let's get started with Peacekeeper and Magi.
Okay, all right.
So first up, Peacekeeper. So one new change that we actually done from the testing grounds is we've sped up dagger cancel. It used to be at 400 ms, and now it's 366. So it doesn't seem like much, but in terms of reactability, it is way more difficult to react to. That one little single frame there, plus the fact that we've also adjusted the parry window for it to be 166 ms instead of 200. So normally the parry window is like it starts at 300 ms before the attack lands, and it ends 100 ms. Now it starts at the same time, but it ends at 1 frame earlier. So with those 2 little frames there, should make dagger cancel a lot harder to parry, a lot harder to kind of deal with and react to. So that's kind of like the big change that we've done here. But you'll also notice in this list, because I'm sure you've read it, people are reading it already because they're getting ahead of me, which is fine. The bash that we had added for Peacekeeper in the testing grounds, we are not keeping it. And so the initial intent for that was that we wanted to make sure that Peacekeeper had an option to really initiate her bleeds from external, but not necessarily to have a 1v1 tool specifically for this, because dagger cancel worked mostly against most players. At this speed, it should work against everybody. You just have to throw sides and you kind of have a mix-up for top there. So in 1v1s, it works. So we didn't want to give her an extra bash on top of this and make the usefulness of dagger cancel just lower, right? So we want to make sure that she still keeps that uniqueness with dagger cancel, keeping those options. She's a hero without any bashes, which is something that's quite unique in front. We have very few heroes that don't have bashes. So we decided not to keep her front dodge bash, and then see where the cards are going to fall with these changes. See how things go. We still have a whole year ahead of us.
I prefer the deflect stab into heavy, but you know what? This is fine.
Like I said,
I'll take it.
cancel,
I like the dagger cancel
setup.
change.
The parry window has been lowered as well a little bit. And then we have the rest of the changes. So riposting stab, which is the deflect attack. You now do it with the light attack button instead of the heavy. Basically, whenever she bleeds somebody, which this is the attack that bleeds, she uses her dagger. Daggers are always on the light button. Makes sense to be on the light button. I know some people.
It makes sense, but I still. Okay.
We've met him a couple, couple months ago, so that's good. So really, really good. Zone attack first hit now costs 20 stamina, down from 40. The second hit is unchanged, but at least now you have nice stamina economy there. You can throw zone attacks a little bit more often. So that's great. Deep gouge and then stabs after guard breaks no longer require strict timing to perform. So there's good and bad to this, right? So the good part is that it's easy to just mash and it'll come out every single time. That's great. But specifically for the ones after guard break, if you mash, it makes the stab into guard break much harder to do. Kind of like what we have with Sickle Rain on Shinobi, where you line the Sickle Rain, you do 2 stabs, and you backflip, and you do stuff to get different advantage. So it's kind of like the same for this, right? Where it's easier if you want to mash it, but if you want a guard break throw, then you have to really time your hits still properly. So it's a buff, definitely, because it makes it easier. It's not a skill that we're having super strict timing is really important. We have it on parries, on a bunch of things. It's not really necessary here. So by making this, we want to make it more accessible, easier for players to kind of get the grips on, but still have that little bit of a skill advantage of, I know I just need to do 2 hits. I can't just buffer them. You have to make sure they're timed properly at least, so that you can get those good follow-ups, those good finishes.
Yeah, I get this. All right, so these changes aren't bad. These changes are not bad. I think the only one I'm kind of against is the riposting stab change, but I understand why they're doing it. I get
weapon trajectory. So they match the weapon a little bit more, and they also go a little bit further out than the weapon, just to make sure that she has an easier time hitting people externally. So if you're playing Peacekeeper on live right now, and you're trying to throw those side heavies, it's very hard, bordering on impossible, to hit people to the side of you. It's very, very difficult. So with this change, you're able to hit them a little bit more reliably, lets people get off of you a little bit easier.
Yep.
Careful if there's range in your body.
Give you that
But
space, yeah.
Still, like, it really helps the hero in those, like, outnumbered situations. It's not a massive buff, but it's enough to be noticeable and to make sense.
Nice.
And then we have Medjay.
All right.
So Medjay, if you've played the testing grounds, there's one change here that you love. That I don't think I've seen anyone not love it, but it's great. It is Medjay's new attack, which is Nomad Swing, right? So you do it by pressing zone attack after any non-finisher attack. And so when you do it, it's a 500 MS move, it's a zone attack, hits everybody around you, costs 12 stamina, deals 12 damage, but more importantly, switches your current weapon mode while keeping you in your chains.
Nice.
Be, for example, in staff mode, do light, zone, do another light, and then you're gonna do when you get into axe mode, you're gonna do the light attack, the light chain in axe mode.
Yeah.
It counts as a heavy, like Medjay's other zone attacks. So if you do the same, you do like light heavy into heavy finisher, for example. If you go from staff to axe, then you're gonna do that unblockable finisher afterwards. So it's really a big thing of giving that flexibility to be able to switch modes while you're attacking constantly. It feels really good. It's very useful in situations where, like, because we designed Medjay in a way that we really want to have, like, staff mode is the group fight mode, and axe mode is really the 1v1 mode. But then there's a lot of times where you're in a 1v1 and then one of their allies comes around. You're like, oh. And then to go from axe to staff, you had to stop, do backward guard break, switch modes, to do that sort of stuff. So with this, at least, you're not forced back to neutral to get into the mode you want to be.
Right.
So insane if you manage to kill, one opponent in staff mode, and then you want to go into axe, you can do it. Great, works really, really well. It's amazing.
Nice.
We've also done some slight nerfs to staff mode. So the light, chained, and finisher attacks in staff mode no longer have uninterruptible properties. So we kind of remove the armor on these to make sure that if you're in a big group fight, if like you fight, there's a Medjay in front of you, and there's like 3 of you around. And
so they made the light finishers on axe mode undodgeable and have increased forward movement.
Yeah, you can still throw lights.
I guess I can understand that to some extent. You need to make the light somewhat meaningful in axe mode. Because otherwise, like, people are just going to dodge around it. I get that, but I don't know. That may be a bit much, maybe.
Strong. And so by doing this, we also want to, like, bring a little layer of, you got to be smart, and you got to know, what am I going to do? If you need that extra safety, you can throw a second heavy after your heavy, and you're still going to keep your armor, because the heavy finishers still have it. It's literally only the lights that have lost it, so it's a question of what do I sacrifice to keep my momentum going. And it's a theme that we're also putting towards with the last change, which is for axe mode changes. So the light finishers are now undodgeable, and they also have a bit more forward movement. And so we really needed to have, like, a way to have undodgeable in Medjay's axe mode kit, because there's situations where you could land a bash, get a guaranteed chain light, and then any option Medjay had there, whether it was bash, whether it was light, whether it was heavy, was dodgeable on the exact same time. And so that gave us 2 options, right? We can either do light attack that light finishers that are undodgeable, or heavy finishers, or heavy chain rather, that are undodgeable. Right. And we gave it to light specifically because we want to have Medjay still have that intent of, what do I sacrifice for better offense, for safer offense? We've been trying to not have as many undodgeable lights, specifically undodgeable with that blue trail there, for a while, because depending on what your skill level is, they're either undodgeable anyway or unblockable anyway, because you're having a hard time blocking them, which is totally understandable. Not everybody has reaction times of, like, the pro players, especially not me. But at the same time, having that there specifically for this hero means that if you want to have that undodgeable, if you want to go there, you have to sacrifice a little bit of momentum. When that light finisher lands, because it'll mostly land if people are trying to dodge too much, your frame disadvantage, you need to reopen up your opponent properly. You need to get that stuff going. So it's important here for us to have that kind of, there's drawbacks, there's thought behind what everything you do, right? We want to make we want to push that skill for players of, I have to read my opponent, I have to make decisions, and decisions are my own to make.
Okay.
So kind of
I'm down with this.
A little bit.
I'm okay with Medjay's changes. Medjay and Peacekeeper both got good changes, but they were just the first part of this. I want to see the rest of your talk. I want to hear about Warden.
Bash is also going to land a little bit better because it's very hard to react to. So there's the whole system kind of is built around the fact that, yeah, you as a Magi have to make smart decisions. You're forcing your opponents to make reads, which is great.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's not just brainless, having undodgeable heavy constantly into a bash, into other things. So we're really trying to build this around so that you have to have, like, it's built on smart play on the Magi's part.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think, so this is it for patch notes.
Okay.
What?
I know, like, I spoke a little bit about, Easter eggs for T2.
Well, Easter eggs.
We have a lot of stuff coming in too.
There's a lot
I'm
coming.
super excited about that.
But what about Warden?
It's great for us.
You
Very
you
cool.
said.
Well, thank you so much, JC, for going through that.
You said Warden got changes.
We worked PK and Magi next week,
But
so
Warden.
very excited for that. Both those characters too, and I'm really looking forward to the upcoming changes as well, which we'll talk about in the coming few more weeks in the next Warriors Den, I'm sure. So thanks for that, and we're going to talk about testing grounds next, I think.
Yes.
So don't go anywhere. Stick around. We're going to have a brief transition, and then we'll dive into testing grounds.
You said Warden. JC, I thought you said Warden got a change. Oh, well. They're waiting for title update 2? Then why do they show it now? Why tempt me? TU2 for Warden. Ah! That's bull! That's bull! Okay, well, I guess we're waiting until TU2. Okay, TU2.
What's up, Warriors? Welcome back. That was, I think we have a record for fastest transition there.
I can't believe I'm still here.
I know. I'm so happy you stuck around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be here too. So.
All right, what's the testing ground?
PowerPoints in the background, but didn't want that to be awkward or anything. So let's talk about testing grounds now.
Yes.
So we have a pretty big one planned for this season.
Yes.
What,
so
yeah.
we're gonna be testing some changes regarding like anti-ganking. So first of all, I want to make sure that it's clear for everyone what a gank is, because it might not be super obvious. It's a question I see asked really often. Like if I go browse Reddit because I'm nuts, I go look at it and then people go, so what's a gank? What is that, right? So a gank is basically, we can define it as it's a coordinated attempt by 2 or more players to deal a lot of unescapable damage on a single opponent, right? So basically, it could be like you and me tag teaming and going, I'm going to do something on Brian so that he gets hit or something happens, forces a reaction. You hit him back, and then while he's still stuck in a hit stun or whatever is happening there, I can hit him back, and we keep going back and forth until he's basically dead, right? So we don't like Brian to be dead. So we're trying to do things where we can adjust this a little bit. So it's a bit tricky, and it's so I want to make sure that that's super clear. So then let's talk about what the hit stun rules are in general in For Honor to give a nice context to what's happening, right? So normally in For Honor, when you're hit, you enter what we call a first hit stun state, right? So I have Warden, I hit you, you go into what's called the hit stun state. While you are in that hit stun state, that applies to everybody, by the way, not just you, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So while you're in that state, any damage you take from players other than me is going to get reduced by 25%. Right? If I do combo hits like with a Rochi or with Warden or whatever, you still take the full damage from me. That's great. But from any other source, it's reduced by 25%.
Okay.
In addition to this, if you are hit by another source while you are in that state, you enter what we call the second hit stun state. And while you're in that second hit stun, you take 75% less damage from everyone, including me, even though I initiated the first attack.
Really?
And you also gain uninterruptible and can't be pinned, right? It's a combination of
I did not know this.
defensive
This is new information to
that
me.
players call super armor. We're in a state where you're borderline invulnerable, right? You take a lot less
So
damage.
these are the rules as they
you can't
stand.
get
What's
pinned, none of these things
changing?
happen.
What are you
Nothing
doing in the
even
testing
flinches
grounds,
you, right?
though?
You just stand still. Every time you get hit, there's that white flash that appears on you that kind of signify that the kind of armor is on. And what's important to know as well is that while you're in this state, and
Hold on, this isn't. I don't think this is the change yet. They're just explaining the hit stun rules as they stand.
Reduction there and stuff do not affect revenge gain. So even if you take 75% less damage, you still take full revenge for these attacks.
Yeah.
So if you're going to take an attack that deals 100 and you're in that state, you're going to take 25 damage, but you're going to gain 100 revenge.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's kind of like, that's the gist of it. That's how it works. However, there's a tiny bit of an issue.
What we are testing.
In that there's something that players call hit stun reset. And the problem is that attacks that pin can pin an opponent that is in first hit stun, and that keeps the opponent in first hit stun. They do not go back into a second hit stun. They don't get the damage reduction in the vast majority of cases. And so that ends up creating a lot of these situations where
they're removing hit
I'm
stun
able to hit you with
reset.
something. Like, let's say I'm a
Okay.
in Brian's deck, because Brian's sitting there. So I'm hitting you with an attack, and then Brian hits you with, I don't know, like Jun's front dodge bash, right?
Yeah.
That is a move that pins. So because of this, he hits you with that move, you get pinned, you play a little special animation, but you stay in first hit stun, and on top of that, you don't gain the damage reduction. So I get another free hit on you, and then things can kind of devolve from there in a lot of crazy situations.
Okay.
So what we're aiming to do with this change, with this testing grounds, is fixing this so that any moves that pin now properly apply second hit stun, the damage reduction from any other source, when it hits in first hit stun. If you don't hit, if you hit in a first hit stun, if you do the normal stuff, it doesn't really change. But if you hit somebody in a situation where normally you would be put in second hit stun, the pinning moves also will put you in second hit stun. There's a couple other things that are in there that are like inconsequential, but that kind of play a little bit in this. So the important part here is we're normalizing these reactions to make sure that you are able to gain your defense. And so while you're in that second hit stun state, you gain, like I said, you gain full revenge. You take a lot less damage. You tend to be able to dodge earlier, block earlier. You can parry. You can do a lot of different things while you're in those states. So it makes it a lot easier to avoid those ganks and to defend against them.
Yeah,
Now,
okay,
the
this is
important part
good.
here
Getting rid of
is
hit
that
stun reset is good. I like
applies
this.
while you are in that hit stun state. But when you exit that hit stun, you are kind of vulnerable for 100 MS every single time. Because when you switch your guard to block, then that takes 100 MS, right? So if you take an attack that's in a different stance that you wouldn't be able to block, or an unblockable or a bash or whatever, you still can't defend against it. So that means that there's still a little bit of a window, and after you get hit by any of these attacks that kind of cause that hit stun, where you still can't evade. And that is kind of on purpose, and we wanted to keep that in so that you can still gank.
Okay.
It's not full
Okay.
anti-gank, it can't ever happen again. It's, if you want to gank people, you have to be a lot more coordinated. You have to be really precise, hit at very, very specific timings. So this gives a lot more opportunities for those ganks to fail. It's a little bit like if you're playing like a fighting game and you drop a combo. This is kind of like what ends up happening, right? It's dropping those combinations of attacks so that you gotta.
I like this. I like this. It provides the defending party with a few more opportunities to get out of the gank or to get a kill.
But
I like this. I like this. Okay. Okay. I'm interested.
To do. And so we're addressing the main issue, so we want to make them a lot harder to pull off.
Gotcha.
So as we go, then we have a few heroes that this is applying to. We are also using a new tech, which is kind of cool. Because when you go into those testing grounds, you can only pick the heroes listed here. So Warden, Conqueror, I'm blanking on his great Shigoki. Yeah, that's me apparently, so that's good. Yorm, Hito, Shinobi, JJ, Zanhu, Pirate, and Ocelotl. I think I got that right.
Yeah, Brian.
And so
say Ocelotl.
Right, that's it. I don't know. So these heroes specifically have these are the only heroes we've applied this to for now. When this does go live, if it goes live, it's going to be applied to the entire cast. Don't worry about it. But right now, because this is a lot of work, because we have to go into every single one of their moves that pin and add data to them to make sure that it respects those rules.
Okay.
We want to make sure that we could try it out on a variety of heroes that have a variety of different things that can happen. So these are the heroes that is applying to. Warden, notably, doesn't have any moves that pin.
Right.
But we wanted to keep it because pretty much everybody has Warden.
Okay, so the reason they're doing these heroes specifically because they have a variety of movesets that they want to test specifically for this change.
So as we go here,
we'll see
here's
more.
the effective move. So Warden has no moves that are affected by this whatsoever. Great. Conqueror has their charging Shield Crush, which is their running attack. That one pins and unbalances, so we want to cover that base as well. See kind of like what the situation kind of ends up being with that. We have Zanhu with Palm Strike. Janjung with Dushi's Choke and Mighty Kick, the Mighty Kick we were talking about earlier. We also have Hitokiri for Ray Kick and Ray Sweep.
Okay.
So Ray Kick and the Sweep and Chains. Parrot with Pistol Blast and Walk the Plank. Pistol Blast specifically had like another interaction on top of it that we fixed with this, so that's great. That could cause infinites. If you didn't know, like right now, even like when Pirate launched, you could have 2 pirates going heavy into gunshot, heavy gunshot, constantly doing that.
Remember this, yeah.
Right. So you remember that?
Yeah.
So in this instance, this is completely fixed. What we had done before, it was kind of hot fixed it to give it a lot more revenge. So to kind of disable that.
Well, they
that
did.
combo,
Warden is kind of their
because if
default.
you
They
do
wanted to
block
do
it,
Warden because they want to see how it'll work with a
in this
character who
case,
has
the
no
issue is
changes
fixed
affected.
entirely, and you just cannot like chain lock somebody in that situation. We also have Shigoki with Demon's Embrace, Headbutt, and Dodge Headbutts, and Demon Ball. What's interesting too about Demon's Embrace here is that you can still Demon's Embrace somebody in first hit stun, and you're still gonna get the full animation. In all of these cases, if you do manage to pin somebody that's in their first hit stun, it's still gonna play the special animation. It still plays all that sort of stuff, but the opponent is going to be in second hit stun the whole time. They're gonna have that armor on interval and sort of stuff. So you want to refrain from hitting them because they're not gonna flinch, but they're gonna gain a ton of revenge. Yeah, that's great. For Demon's Embrace and for other moves that kind of end up like this, where you grab and you really, really end up pitting your opponent, there's something a little bit different where if you hit them out, they're going to still be hit out of it, but they should be in second hit stun after they get hit out.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Okay.
We also have Jormungandr, so quite a list on Jorm, right?
Yeah.
So heavy finishers, Jotun Farewell, Jotun Gift, Venomous Sting, Jotun Grudge, Hammer and Slam, all cool things. So Jorm was a hero that has a lot of pitting moves.
Right.
So, but this is like a nice case of like a bunch of stuff that gets affected. We also have Ocelot again with Skull Smash, Ferocious Fang, Hunter Stance. And then finally, our boy Shinobi with
Also a lot of-
yeah, right. Reaper's Dance, Flip Kick, Spectral Kick, Teleport, Ghoul's Embrace, and Sickle Rain, all that sort of stuff. So what's super interesting with this is if this ends up working out well, which we're really hoping it does. We've done a lot of testing internally. It seems to have like a good impact on ganking, especially at levels where people are not like extra coordinated. What's cool is that it should let us readjust some of the like nerves that we've done in the past, right? So I mentioned Pirate, for example, where her gunshot now feeds an astounding amount of revenge, while it doesn't deal a lot of damage. 'Cause normally, if you're hitting somebody, you're feeding revenge equal to the damage the attack deals. But in some cases, we had to crank it up to like 30 or like even higher in the case of Sickle Rain, because it created like those really, really crazy easy ganks. So if this ends up working out, we can go back and retroactively look at some of these things to go, well, this does not need that much revenge gain because it's not used as effectively in ganks anymore. So there's a lot of this that lets us open up balancing and lets us go
I
on a
like
case-by-case
this. No,
basis
actually, I
and
think
go,
this is
well,
going to be
does this
creative.
actually
I'm
need to
interested
be
to try
more
this out when
advanced
it
or not?
comes.
And re-get to the point where we were before, so you're not disadvantaged, like not disadvantaged, but you don't have that feeling of I don't want to throw this attack because I feed way too much revenge. So there's a lot of that stuff going on. There's like combo attacks that could come back because of this, because they don't really reset hit stun anymore. So there's a lot to look forward to with this. So I hope players play it quite a bit. I know it's complicated. I know I've been talking for God knows how long now, but it's a complex thing. It's a super interesting task that we've been trying to do to get ganking to a situation where it's very, very, very skill based, and not just hey, I'm just gonna mash stuff and it's gonna land, it's gonna feel good. So we really wanted to push towards this to get into a good situation where it's skillful. You have ways to escape ganks when they're not done perfectly. There's ways to do all that sort of stuff, but we're really trying to push that skill gap and focus on the timing and how you do things and what attacks you use and all those little situations to get into a good spot where it feels good, it's rewarding. You don't get super frustrated, because if in these cases when you get ganked, it's clear that okay, well, the other players were really, really good and they didn't just mash because they managed to gank me perfectly, and I had potentially a chance to escape. So there's a lot of that thing going on that we're really trying to push towards, where like we're pushing skill-based gameplay and not just, well, mash and you're gonna be good to go. But that's it for the testing grounds. It's a lot of stuff.
It's quite a bit. Yeah, it's quite a bit. And you know, honestly, thank you. You know, I mean, for those of you following along at home too, I think you know, really what you've done is you've kind of open up the hood, you let us see a lot of the engine at work here. Like how things like hit stun rules and like
this is really cool.
A lot of things that again are part of our core gameplay, but just it's part of that design that
make revenge relevant again. I like that. I like that.
Understanding or privy to,
we're gonna make revenge relevant again, and you know what? The gankers are gonna pay for it. That's what's gonna happen, folks.
I love sharing that with people. I know it kind of. I hope at least that people kind of see it. But it's something that's super interesting for us to be able to.
The fact is, folks, the ganking needs to stop. The ganking, it just needs to stop. Okay, it's all just bashing. It's button mashing at this point. And button mashing, that's not skill. That's not skill. I know that's not skill.
It's kind of hard to get.
You need to show skill in these kind of games. Am I right, folks? Of course, I'm right.
Cool that we're able to do this as well, right? Not everybody has a chance to be able to do this, to communicate with players, and to give them an insight of how do things work.
I lost 10 viewers just doing my Trump impression.
This is where we're going. And we might not always hit the mark perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like guaranteed, there's going to be things that are going to come up from the testing grounds that will not be perfect. It's okay. And it's okay to tell us, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. That's great. That's what we want to hear.
Right.
Because ultimately, if the goal is what you'd like to see as a player, but there's things that maybe there's edge cases that we haven't noticed because we're all human, right? We always say this, but we're always human. If there's things that we haven't really noticed, tell us, let us know. If you like the concept as a whole, but there's issues in a couple places, tell us, I love this, but there's this, that, it doesn't work. I don't think this should do this. I don't think that should do that. Give us all that feedback. We always go through it.
Hypothetically, folks, your ganks are completely irrelevant.
I've seen them as well.
They're pretty hefty.
Because the ganks don't care about your
we
revenge,
look
folks.
at everything.
Yeah.
We're like usual.
Yeah, I've been scaring viewers off this whole
look at,
stream.
a lot of different sources of feedback, but everything counts.
Did you pinch your fingers while saying that? You can't not.
Even if
you have
like
to.
Something, tell us. If you like something, tell us. If it's like, whatever, tell us. Just talk to us as much as possible. We're very lucky to be in a situation where we have that direct contact with players, right? It's indirect-ish, but still we're still able to see all these things. And for me, it's very important as a designer because that's how we grow, that's how we get better, and that's how we are able to keep this game alive. Like, we're in our 8th year.
Yeah.
You've seen the Vision video, right? We have 35 million players, a lot of really cool stuff. We're keeping going. We're like, there's 2 new heroes this year, a bunch of hero skins, a bunch of stuff. This is all possible because our players are there. We're able to talk to them. We're able to communicate with them. And we're trying to do the best that we can towards to making sure the game is great and enjoyable by everybody. So I'm super psyched.
Awesome.
I can't wait to get more feedback on this. And that's it. I'm going to stop talking now because
totally.
probably people are going to want to kill me.
No, it's fine. But yeah, thank you so much, JC. Super interesting. So Testing Grounds will be live starting March 21st. We'll run through March 27th. So again, check it out. Again, mark this as on the VODs. Come back, rewatch it a couple times in a couple of weeks, so you really get a good primer on what to be on the lookout for. But try it out. Give us your feedback. Fill out the surveys.
All right. Well, let's go to the wrap-up, boys.
And we read everything.
Let's see how we wrap this up. I want to see the community corner.
Okay, so that's it for this segment. JC, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Warriors, stick around because we are coming back in just a minute with our wrap-up and outro for the show, so don't go anywhere.
Brian's not dead. It's okay.
Brian's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Okay.
Brian offset. I'm okay. Well, I've enjoyed this Warriors Den, guys. I've had a great time. This is a great den. Havoc's closing his stream already. Did he tell people to come to my stream? Does Havoc still like me? Like, Havoc, you can't leave. You've got to see the community corner. Brian will be mad. Brian will be mad. Havoc. Whatever.
And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm
Hello.
back. I'm alive. I'm not dead.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. We told
I'm
you.
good.
Told
I'm good. I was never dead
Never.
yet. So, Year 8, Season 1, Sword of Ashfeld, starting on March 14th.
All
I'm
right.
Pumped. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for Warden to finally have a salad.
A salad?
Yeah, you noticed that, Brian.
No, not salad.
A salad.
The helmet.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm a big fan of a salad.
Or some call it a salad. I've heard some people call it a salad, but it's a salad.
It was a hygienic helmet.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
It really is. So, I'm not a Bever fan. So let's jump into the recap. We've got brand new limited time game mode that everybody in the chat was super hype about. I was happy to see that. Everybody being like, 1v1v1, this is awesome. So next week, March 14th, you can get your 1v1v1 on. It's fun to say.
It is.
1v1v1.
So that'll go through April 4th, and we'll have a free.
So did Havoc tell people to come to my stream? Did Havoc shout me out at all? I mean, come on. Havoc, I thought we were buddies.
So we got the new hero skin available too.
I want that hero skin so bad. I'm getting it. The Unsung Knight. Oh, it's going to be great.
And it was really cool to see this early on, because the team kind of came to me and was like, what do you think? Do you think this is something players would like? And I was like,
they're complaining about no ward in this testing ground? Yeah, I know, right?
To have
I was
this
upset about
armor
that
in
too.
the game since time immemorial. Or immemorium, excuse me. So yeah, hero skin looks great. I'm really happy with how they kind of glowed it up from where it was, in the trailer, way back when.
The way back.
So yeah, but battle pass. We've got a new battle pass with legacy pass available March 14th, and then we've also got the 3 hero fests. We've got Warden on April 4th. We've got Scent on April 11th. Yeah, Mr. Incredibilis himself.
All right.
And everybody's favorite stabby, bleedy, Peacekeeper, April 18th, as well as a throwback event, the Rite of Champions.
Really?
Yeah. I've always loved that key art. It just has such a if anyone's ever scrolled the For Honor concept art, that's that's on ArtStation. There's a lot of that has that big monolithic statue vibe. I'm always a big fan. So additionally, on March 21st, we just heard JC and Nolan talk all about the TG. So I'm excited to see how the tests go on kind of stopping some of those 100-0 confirmed ganks.
Yes.
Which for those of you in the chat who were missing that's what the point is. So we've also got some fun stuff for you though. We've got a selection of Community Corner videos.
Community Corner, my favorite.
Let's take a look at what the community has submitted in the last month. And
all right, let's see the Community Corner. I want to see.
Based on
what do we got?
What I felt like choosing.
I'm excited.
Did I get added?
So
no.
First up, we've got Never Saw It Coming.
They'll never see it coming.
I wonder what this could end in.
That's it.
Oh.
I think the person who submitted that was like, I would self-delete if this happened to me. And then somebody called it 3 years ago, Wolf Dog Art Corner called Varangian 3 years before.
It's pretty good.
Before she happened.
They got the helmet, right?
Yeah, and then here we've got a clip of the absolute rawest bot play. So there's a bot out there with the 200 IQ, just zooming around.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
And then shout out to Mr. Sheep Live for being the world first PvP only Rep 70 Varangian. But hey, you got a whole lot of work cut out for you now, buddy, with Rep
more.
80. You can't be first on them all. And then here we've got the best shield in town, which as everyone knows is the Conk with the Bonk.
You sure it's not Varangian there?
Not according to this.
Okay, let's see. Oh, he's got the revenge.
Oh.
There you go. Let's see, this is where everything unravels.
Yep. Yeah, once the orange guy gets the yellow, it's over for everybody.
Oh!
There it is.
Nice.
There it is.
That was not bad. That was pretty good.
That was slick.
So
awesome.
yeah, it's always fun.
That was not bad.
Nolan makes a point of never watching them beforehand, and I pick them, so I know what they are.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. So we got a lot more though coming.
Yeah. So we got some content of the week. So again, we're still just finishing up Year 7 Season 4. So right now, today actually, we have a Hero Fest, the very first one for Fira.
Boosh!
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it.
For 7K steel. That one is sick.
Yeah.
I am so excited for that.
It makes me so happy every time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yes! Is it gonna miss this time? It's gonna in the face.
No,
Well,
because if
I'm
she
glad
did
y'all
it
like
every
it.
time,
I
she
don't
would
like
be
it.
Perfect.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
All right, so there's that, and starting next week, March 14th, don't forget, new hero skin, the Unsung Knight, available for 25k steel. There's a time limit execution, War Weary, available for 10k.
Man,
It's all right.
we're out. We're in. We're out. We're
War
in.
Weary, because battle is hard. Okay, it's tiring, it's exhausting, but somebody will come out on top.
I like that.
There you go.
I like that.
And we also have
Oh, that's funny.
out
That's
for
funny.
Paragon
Just
of
I'm so tired of
I
it,
love this one.
man.
I love that the cool little cow skull has glowing eyes because they creep me out, and I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Anything with glowy eyes,
Anything, yeah. Honestly, I'm a sucker for glowing eyes and fun content videos.
especially when it's
lore.
Centurion.
Also Centurion. Oh yeah. Also, we have an Arcade Quest as well as a Medic Challenge coming on. So Arcade Quest Down the Rabbit Hole available for the last time. We get to say this for Marching Fire owners only, because next week, again, arcade mode for everybody. So, but for this week, you have to have Marching Fire. So play Down the Rabbit Hole. Exclusive quest this week, and the Medic Challenge. So at the end of the challenge, beat the faction with the most allies revived. So again, if you see me out there, pick me up, please, because I've probably been 100 to 0 gang.
Bro, can I get a res?
Yeah. Please
Bro,
fill out the order.
Can I get a res? I need a healing.
Order. There it is.
But last but not least, we got a March roadmap. Let's take big.
Let's see the roadmap. I want to see the roadmap. Let's see it. Okay.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on in Year 8 Season 1 launch on 14th with a whole bunch of stuff that
Wow.
you can read with your
That
own
is a
eyeballs.
lot.
Some of you will have already seen this on the Reddit. 21st, we got Testing Grounds, and 28th, we've got Extra XP Fest. And you can see all the other many things coming here in the month of March right there. So,
all right.
I think that's everything. We've got it all.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Thank you so
I
much
need a
at home
healing.
for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch, because some of you don't for some reason. Also follow us on social media. We're at For Honor Game on Twitter, on the Instagram, and then and the Facebook. And for those of you of a certain age demographic, and then
Brother, I am
at
pinned
Ubisoft,
here.
at Ubisoft on TikTok. So yeah, thank you so much again for joining in, Nolan. Thank you for joining me as a host today.
Right.
And we will see you guys not only on the battlefield, but on the next Warriors Den.
That's right.
All right, let me switch this back over. Oh, man, guys. What a stream. What a stream. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to be signing off now, but for those of you true fans out there who have stuck around all the way to the end, thank you so much for coming and staying. I'll talk a little bit about this. So here's the deal. So I love what I've seen. This season looks absolutely fire. This looks absolutely incredible. I adore what I have seen. The new cosmetics look great. The new game mode looks great. The hero skin looks phenomenal. The testing ground looks really interesting. The fact that they're giving arcade mode to everyone is awesome. The way they're updating the game looks awesome. The new map, please keep that, Ubisoft. That 1v1v1 map, that canyon map, looks outstanding. The lore actually sounds pretty good. I'm kind of interested in this. Like, honestly, guys, this is fire. This first season of Year 8 is absolutely banger. Everything about it looks sick. I am so excited for this. Y'all have been doing a great job. I'm so excited. And yes, as usual, I will be releasing a video later today where I summarize everything that happened in this Warriors Den reveal. I will talk about it in great detail so that you guys who missed the stream or who didn't understand everything or had to leave partway through will get the full details. Honestly, guys, this looks great. For those of you who came here from Havoc stream, if you did come from Havoc stream, welcome. I hope that he had as good a reaction to it as I did. If not, I'll talk to Havoc. Well, hopefully I'll talk to Havoc sometime later about it. And guys, just dang, I am so excited. I am so excited. Whew. But I'm worn out now. I need to get some food. Once I come back from eating lunch, I'm going to come back and sit down and start working on the summary video, and I'll have that out sometime tonight. If you're asking if I'll stream tonight, it will depend on when I get the video done. That's what it's going to depend on. And what I stream, I have no idea. Anyway, Thank you guys so much. I had a great time. Hope you had a great time. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, would love to have you subscribe. Make all kind of cool content here. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.